All right, brothers, we live. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Shalom.
Yeah, everybody say shalom and peace in the audience. But tonight we're going to examine both parties, both presidents, and see which party we should be getting behind for this presidential election, and which one has the policies that can actually support and help the black community. All right, so we got a few brothers in here tonight. Claim, introduce yourself, let them know who you are.
Just claim your heritage. You're either gonna claim it or you're gonna get ruled by tanks.
All right, Christos.
Judge over at the Source Debates League, just chiming in.
Last but not least, my brother BA.
Greetings and much love to all. I'm the host on the Man Up segment on the Debate Talk for You. Much love to my man Sal, and I appreciate the brother Deshu for inviting me on.
All right, with no further ado, anybody want to have any opening statements on politics, on Republicans, Trump, Democrats, and Biden?
Well,
I'll say this.
First of all,
Go ahead, brother.
it's highly important to never ever vote straight ticket. You find out who's doing what programs are in place by what candidate, and you vote for your judges, you vote for your mayors, you vote for your locals, your state, and you gotta vote everywhere. But you never vote straight ticket. So when you do the homework on the Democrat, you find 1,000 times more dirt than Republicans.
All right, brother BA, you want to chime in on that?
Nah, I just wanted to say I agree with your brother. And another thing, when it comes to the so-called political parties today, they're more. I would say the Republicans are pretty united, but the Democrats they're split. You have your moderate Democrats who are in favor of corporations, and you have your progressives who are more in favor of socializing or making all the benefits for human beings to have and have more in common. Like, say it again.
Tell me, Crystal, we got that crazy echo.
Yeah, you mean I'm mute until I can fix it.
Crystal. Oh, okay, yeah, he muted.
Hello?
You're
y'all can
good.
hear me?
Muted.
You're good. Yeah,
Okay.
you're clear.
Yeah. The progressives, they more so want to have a system based on equality for more of the those who are disadvantaged or those of the working class or those who you would call poor, more so the common man, in which I'm more in favor of that. I believe that there are people who have a lot of wealth who want to hoard everything and be greedy, and they're doing everything they can in their power to keep their power, to keep all the benefits and everything that comes with it. So currently, and I'll just say this real quick and I'll stop. We're living in a country that's based on a system that's called fascism. Ever since the pandemic, corporations have got more power, and fascism is pretty much, for those not familiar with it, it's when the state and corporations merge to become one. And right now, Donald Trump is getting a lot of flack because he's the president that it happened on his watch. But we got to remember, the Republicans don't run everything. The Republicans just run Senate, and the Democrats that run Congress. So both parties are responsible for this happening. It's all about big business, and everybody else, it is what it is. And I'll be done.
All right, man. Those are good opening statements, man. Both brothers. Because I just want to introduce everybody my position. I'm not really a Republican or a Democrat, but I understand there's evils done by both parties. Injustice is done by both parties. Like I bring up to all my brothers is the Republicans left us hanging during the Reconstruction era. You understand? And Reaganomics, and then the Bushes, the Bush Senior, and the son of the first Bush, George W. Bush. I think they were terrible presidents. But my particular view on both parties is not going to blind me or stop me from seeing what the black community can glean from the policies that the parties are actually exhibiting. And when I'm looking at Biden's policies, Biden's administration, and his track record, I believe that his track record is not good for black people. But what I actually see from Trump's administration and his track record, the opportunity zones, helping underdeveloped communities build and bring more economy their way and economical growth. The First Step Act, freeing a lot of the brothers that were wrongfully prosecuted and put into prison, put into jail. You understand? And also nonviolent drug violations, having a lesser sentence. Stuff like that has helped black people immensely. I looked at the numbers. 91% of the black people, of the inmates that were being freed due to the First Step Act, were all African Americans. So black people are greatly benefiting off of the Trump administration. So that's why I'm leaning more on that side versus just, trying to do the black vote thing. Oh, all black people should be Democrats, because, our people are very traditional. So, our grandmothers were Democrats. So let us be Democrats as well. But we don't need to examine this like that. We need to examine these parties as, what can we get out of the deal? What can black people benefit from? Right? Like the brother TJR said, I could never vote for Biden after that crime bill. I'm with you there, bro. I'm with you right there. Because as we're going to bring out and discuss, Biden and his administration, him and Kamala Harris, have done nothing but hurt the black community, passing laws that disproportionately locked our people up for small crimes and even kept them in prison, kept them in jail after the date of their release. That's what they're known for. And Trump's administration is known for freeing black people and actually doing prison reform. So any of you brothers want to chime on any of those talking points, go right ahead.
Yeah, we got to remember that the Black Democratic Party was created when Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act in 1968, 69, something like that. And so before that, they were doing the same thing that I do, which is never vote straight ticket. And just, they kind of felt isolated from that hierarchy because they were marginalized their whole entire lives. You see what I'm saying? So they depended on each other and had the community build up in the community economy. You know what I'm saying? They would plant crops and trade crops with each other, things of this nature. You see what I'm saying? So our grandmothers, my grandmother wasn't a Democrat. She's 90 something. My mother is 70. So she trained me to never vote straight and to figure out who has the best plan for any particular thing that's going to benefit us. Back in the day, they never focused on black people. And so they would look at the plans that the politicians were offering and they could see the ramifications of it on the black community, and then they would vote either way. Today, you hear them specifically calling out the black populists realizing that they finally are taking seriously that we have been marginalized and we've been screaming for dozens of decades. See what I'm saying? So I think that's a good thing.
Right. Powerful points. We need to start voting for our best interests. That's pretty much what we're saying in a nutshell, instead of just voting for a party because we've been loyal to this party for 45 years. You understand? After civil rights, what else has the Democratic Party done for black people? Why are we so loyal to a party that has done nothing for us? And we can argue that has probably hurt the black community the most. So why are we so, I'm just going to vote Democrat? No, we need to start voting policies. Is any of these parties talking about putting money in our pocket? Is any of these parties talking about restoration of the black community? Is any of these people talking about fixing the issues and the social ills in the black community? What about the mortality rate of our black women when they give birth? These are the things that need to be addressed. So when we cast our ballot, we cast our vote, these are the things we should be looking for. Not, anything being glamorized. Because I'll be honest, a lot of us voted for Obama because he was just black. We wanted that representation in the White House. But did we examine his policies? Did we even know what Obamacare entailed? Did we even know what he stood for? Did we get anything out of the deal? As a community, we have constantly sold ourselves short to these politicians. We're not requiring these politicians to do anything for us. We just vote for them because it's a feel-good thing for us to do. Oh, I voted for the Democrats because Democrats are for black people because of Lyndon B. Johnson. But other than that, what have they done? So tonight I would like to also go into a few policies from Biden. We're going to go into some policies from Trump, and we're going to do some compare and contrast here on the show. But before I do that, anybody else want to chime in on anything that has been talked about in the beginning of the show? Well, we got another brother. Hold on. Let me add him to the stream. All right, Brother Mumu, you in the show.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I'm just listening in so far. I don't know why I got an echo. Somebody mic on. But yeah, I'm just listening in, contribute when I can. That's it. I'm Brother Mumu. Sabio know who I am. I don't know if I met a lot of the rest of y'all, but I'm usually so yeah, I'm just listening in, gonna contribute when I can. Glad to be on the panel with y'all.
All right, cool.
Peace and love.
Yeah, brother, peace. Appreciate you here on the panel. This brother right here, y'all see the comment on the screen. He says, the Suvius says, Trump is doing something for us, but nothing that leads to black empowerment. Just because he tossed a few crumbs doesn't mean he gives a damn. Remember what he said about the Central Park Five. Now, I want to talk about that. That's emotionalism, and this is why. Okay, the Central Park Five thing happened. That was commentary that he said, right? About those people should have been executed or whatnot, right? Yes, I believe Trump is a racist. But all I'm saying is if we're going to vote for a party, we're going to vote for a candidate, what are we getting out of the deal? And just like you admitted, Trump is doing something for us. And I do believe that will lead to black empowerment because I don't know if it's Bible believers in the audience, the Bible say money answer of all things. And last time I checked, African Americans are impoverished. Majority of us live below the poverty line. We need funds. We need capital. We need money. So if we can lobby to get some capital, to get funds, so our people can rise up as a nation, I think we should aggressively pursue that option. You understand? So that statement about Central Park Five, that's cool. I'm not in agreement with the character Trump. I'm looking at the policy that he's pushing, that his administration is pushing. Like I said, opportunity zones is good for anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur that is an African American that lives in these undeveloped communities.
Another thing about the Central Park Five statement, right, is that you can't compare 40-year-old Trump to 75-year-old Trump. Okay, granted, he has been going through a history lesson as being the leader of all the races in America, which includes the Asians, the Native Americans, the white people, the Indians, and all the races. So now he has taken that seriously and has done a crash course on history. And he is detached from American history, being that his parents were immigrants to this country. See what I'm saying? So for him to take up our cause of restoration, repair, and redress is highly commendable.
Right. All right.
I like to add something too. Sister.
Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say now when we're addressing, because the brother spoke on two different issues in support of why we should, I guess, maybe vote for Trump. And I want to first make it clear that I am not pro any one of these candidates. So I think that we should be mature enough, and I'm not just talking about us specifically, but as a community, we should be mature enough to just put the facts on the table and vote based on the facts and based on what our agenda is and how those facts and align with that agenda. So when it comes to the opportunity zones specifically, most of the people that have done studies on that have concluded that those are not really great opportunities for our people. Number one, because those opportunities have been given to people, rich people outside of our community, and they're basically, they set up new businesses to basically give us jobs. Also in line with that, when Trump rolled out his Platinum Plan, the Platinum Plan is basically Trump giving white people money to loan to black people. So his plan for us is to be in more debt, just like the housing bubble crisis during the Bush administration, giving black people a bunch of houses they couldn't afford. So I'm just challenging you on that. Like, so when we say that the opportunity zones is a good thing, most people that have looked at that have observed that it hasn't been a good thing for us. It's been a good thing for people who are already rich, because now they can pay less taxes and set up more businesses elsewhere while we still get to be employees. I thought that our purpose as black people was to actually have our own and not just continue to get loans and get handouts from white people. So if you can address that.
Yeah, I'll address that. I want to talk about that word handout, but I'm gonna hold off on that. But I'm gonna start with the opportunity zones. The opportunity zones, black people are overrepresented in opportunity zones because majority of our people are impoverished, are in these undeveloped. Oh, my brother James in the building. Hey, James, it says device. Okay, there you go. I got him. There he is. Most of our people are in these undeveloped communities. And the reason why they're undeveloped, because there's no cash flow. There's no economy. So you're saying these other races are coming in and benefiting from it. That's the point. We're trying to incentivize an economy, an economical growth, and target these undeveloped communities. So yeah, it may start off with these other companies or other races that come in and open business, but that's creating cash flow and creating these good jobs and creating this wage growth so our people can make this money. And like you said, loans are not bad. We need these startup loans to start small businesses, because I don't know too many people walking around with $250,000 to start up a business and get the insurance and everything started. So all these things that's in this Platinum Plan is still good. Now, do I completely agree with loans? I think there should be more grants. I think grants are better for black people. But guess what? Something is better than nothing. Biden is not offering anything that's comparable to what we see in the Platinum Plan. Anything that's comparable to what we see with the opportunity zones. Biden is just throwing out blanket stuff for minorities instead of focusing on African Americans, one of the most important groups in America because we built America. We should be the first focus, not throwing us in a mixed bag of minorities. Focus on the African Americans first because they built it. We never got reparations and we deserve it. So when y'all say the word handout, that really be irking me because you don't understand that we never got paid for the labor and the agriculture and the cotton that our ancestors picked and made this country flourish.
That's not what I meant by handout. I ain't trying to interrupt you, but that's not what I meant.
But I hear that word get thrown out there a lot as soon as we start talking about any governmental or any politician allocating funds for us. It's got to be called a handout. I just hate that term.
What I meant by that, and I wasn't saying handout like we don't deserve something. What I meant, and I may have misspoke or misused that word, so I take that word back. But what I meant by handout, or what I should have said was, they are basically in control of the money, and they're trying to say, here, let us continue to be the owners, let us continue to own the resources while we still continue to pay y'all for being employees. So when we talk about the opportunity zone, how is it positive for our people to continue to say, hey, listen, these white folks, these Asians, these Jews, and everybody else gonna come in. They gonna own businesses in y'all community. Y'all opportunities are to continue to be employees while they continue to get rich off of your labor. So when we talk about loans, yeah, there's nothing wrong with a loan, but why not put the money in our hands? Why we don't even need to go that route? If you got money to give to them to loan us, why not just give us the money? So we won't have to give it right back to them.
You
So
have just
when we
as much
talk-
access to that money as they do.
Well, let me go in on another
Right,
failure of opportunity.
Hey, let James chime in on. He just came in. Hey, welcome, the brother James. Get it in, brother.
Oh well, I ain't gonna go too long. But I was just gonna say that like for me, for instance, I partake in opportunity zones. You know what I'm saying, with rental properties. So it's available to us just like them. But yes, other people are going to come in, like Tashub was saying earlier. Other people are gonna come in and invest in our community first. Then it's because they get tax breaks for hiring us in the community, right? So we're gonna start getting money in order to do it ourselves and be just as competitive in that market as they are. That's the point. We want the opportunity to be economically competitive with everyone else in the nation. It ain't. I hear people saying stuff like, well, at least in the comments, like it's breadcrumbs and stuff. Well, breadcrumbs is better than nothing when you're starving. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take what you can get and do the best you can do with it to advance your people every step of the way. Not complain that you're not at the finish line when we just at the start.
But that's a fallacy. That's what I'm saying. That's the issue. If we say breadcrumbs is something, that's if we only want breadcrumbs. It's not like that's all we have to take. That's just what we're taking because the way y'all talking is like, oh well shit, that's all that's available. Take what we can get. No, he's letting y'all know that look, I'm giving these millionaires and billionaires millions and billions of more dollars. What I'm saying is, why wouldn't we demand that? No, don't give them the money to give to us. Give us the money. Give that guy that's a mechanic. Give him the money to get his own shop instead of giving the white boy from outside the community the money for him to work at his shop and then say, well, maybe one day the black guy from the community can own his own. No, give him access to the money himself so that he can get it. There's no need at this point because black people are educated enough to run businesses. We just haven't been getting the money. So what they're saying is, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Let's get the white folks the money. Okay, they're gonna give y'all access to some more jobs, but they still gonna own the businesses. And one day, if y'all keep working hard enough for these white folks, y'all can make some money and start your own business. No, we've been working for the white folks.
You can do it right now, brother. You have just as much access to that money as they do. You can go out and get a loan like they have it, but the thing is credit score requirements with that type of stuff. It ain't that you can't do it. You can go out and get a loan from them to go and start a business, especially if you're a black woman. They throwing money at black women. If she got above like a 620 credit score, she can go into a small business association and get her a loan. For real. So you can get these loans. It's just you gotta know the requirements. We're uneducated on how to go out and get the things that all these other nations are very educated on going out and get. And to have something that emphasizes our community again, it's a ladder we're climbing, and it's one step at a time. So this is the first time I've seen in my lifetime any presidential candidate have a specific thing to give to black people as an incentive to vote for them. And if we don't jump on that, it shows them that they don't have to incentivize us anything to get our vote. And that's what it's about. It's about moving forward, man.
Mhm. So there's another failure of opportunity zones that I see. I see that there's a case study of the brother Cassell, utilizing opportunity zones to cause a benefit. Now, when I observe it in my area, right, the opportunity zones are found very near the government projects, right, on purpose, in order to beautify the community, to have black people come into that area and build businesses near the projects, to create jobs near the projects. Now, what I noticed in my area, the white people had already owned every single opportunity zone, every property in the opportunity zone. And what they probably didn't own, they went in and bought it before anybody else could. Then they quadrupled the price for the black people that want to come in and do something righteous. So that's a failure that I see with the opportunity zone.
Well, you got to learn the game though. Like for instance, there's a wholesaling game when it comes to finding these houses. And the white people, they not out here doing this wholesaling and stuff like that. It's blacks and Hispanics and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So if you can get out there and start your little wholesaling thing, putting up your sign saying we buy houses, getting that information coming to you first, you gonna get it before it even hit the market for anybody else to get it.
That's a fact.
And then you can be the one marking up the price and selling it to them or doing the deals yourself.
But see, that's ridiculous, though, brother. You know why that's ridiculous? Because we keep black people do not. Black people are delusional about our finances. We are. Do you realize we are scheduled to own 0% of the wealth by 053, and people don't take that into account. They act like that's nothing. When we say we own less than 1% of the wealth right now, and when we talk like we can compete with white people financially, it's ridiculous because we
Who
obviously
said
can't.
we could? What are you talking about, bro? Who said we can
Because
compete
when
with that? I said we want to at one point be able to. That's what I'm saying. And the way you
so
do
how
that is by
was
getting jobs.
no, brother, no, this is what I'm saying. These white people are not being given jobs. They are being given capital and resources to create jobs. And they're telling us, hey, we're going to give these white people more money to give y'all jobs. That is not going to get us anywhere. That's where we've always been.
They're giving money for us to start businesses. Have you
Right,
read the Platinum Plan?
right.
Right.
They're
Historically,
giving billions
you're
for us
you're
to
you're
start
right.
businesses, bro.
Historically, but the new plans that they're talking about in order to cater to specifically black people are different than the historical plans that they have already implemented and ruined us with. See what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
They're beneficial to our community. And that's the point. Like he's offering something that's truly beneficial, whether it's what we deserve for the toil of our ancestors. It's something. And we have to make them know, like they do with everybody else, they got to offer us something to get our vote. That's what they do with everybody else. LGBT.
Right.
That's what you got to do, bro. Make them offer us something.
And you also get an opportunity fund. You understand? So all you black churches and all you black organizations that's pulling all this money from the black community, you can take that money and do an opportunity fund to start buying that property in the opportunity zones and starting these businesses in the opportunity zones.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start practicing group economics, man. Because like you said, black people ain't got it like that. So we got to pull together and get it like that.
Do we realize that like we're not asking for the government to do us a favor? We saying that our stance should be that they owe us. They owe us. Do we understand that?
Yeah.
Yes, I do believe that now, and I hold true to that stance. But they're giving something now, and I'm saying if you throw your vote where they're giving something, when we keep saying we want something, guess what they're gonna do? Keep giving us stuff. But if we sit here and just vote for the side that ain't offering us nothing but the same old thing, then they ain't gonna never offer us anything to where we can get what we want.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like when the other dude trying to date your girl, he coming around with all these diamond rings on, driving in his Bentley and everything else, and he's telling the girl, "Well, just come with me." But that's not, at the end of the day, if she leave with him, that's not going to be her Bentley. She just going to be seen with the guy in the Bentley. So what I'm saying is, they are giving us they are giving us bills. They are giving us debt. When you talk about loans, when you talk about that platinum plan, and yes, I have read through most of it, and I went through it with several people, and I've listened to several unbiased people on it. And you know what I found in the middle of all of that, from the right wing to the left wing, is that at the end of the day, they're saying we're gonna loan black people more money. So what I'm saying is, if they're saying we're gonna loan you money, they're saying that it's not your money. So what I'm saying is, they can give us the money. So if we start applauding things like this, well, man, Trump say he gonna get the white people to loan us money. What he's saying is he's gonna put us in a position to be in debt with white people, where he can put us in a position to have our own. That way, whether we win or lose, it's our money, not their money with interest, because we're gonna have to pay that back with interest.
Okay, I got you, brother. You understand the concept of leveraging, right? We have to leverage it as a community. We have to leverage that money as a community, because the same argument you're giving me now is the same argument people say they don't want to go to college. Oh, I don't want to go into debt. I don't want to have to owe the white man no money. But guess what? If you get that 4-year degree in cybersecurity, you're going to land a job $120,000 a year. You're going to pay that $40,000 or $50,000 loan back easily. And you're going to amass wealth and accrue capital at a faster rate that you would by not going to college and going to the institution and getting that highly skilled job. So the same thing with these loans. I'm pro grant, as I brought out before. We should push for the grants. But if we get loans, we need to leverage that. If you get a $250,000 loan, you need to leverage and go into a field or a business that you can accrue a lot of wealth, a lot of income, and a lot of money. So that loan ain't even going to hurt you like that. We have to learn to be business minded.
Let me ask you a question, brother. Let me ask you a question. If you had a business, right, that you own, and your business went under for a while, but your son still owns that business. Now it's your money. You didn't get a loan. You got this money for your business. Would you be in a better situation than if you had took out a loan and now that business went under and you left it to whoever? So now you and whoever you leaving it to owes money still back to the lender. So what I'm saying is they can give us this money, but the reason why they're not is because we stopping and saying, "Oh man, look at them put out that shiny trinket called the loan. They're gonna let us borrow some money." Why would we be happy about that when we can go for the other option and say, "No, forget the loan. You can give us the money. Give it to us. We don't need you to loan it to us, because if you loaning it to us, that means you own it, and that means we're in debt to you. So why would we accept debt, which is ultimately what we're doing?" And when you talk about the college thing, that's the whole purpose of them talking about making college free, because they realize that whole thing is a scam and a charade too. Because as a nation, and I'm not even like no pro-patriot American, no, I'm far from that, but I'm saying I'm speaking like objectively. As a nation, most rich countries, rich nations understand that you should educate your people. So most nations that are just as rich as America, they do pay for schooling, for their citizens. The only ones that don't, the majority of the ones that don't, are the third world countries and stuff like that. Where they don't even have public school. So the way we operate is the 1% keep getting out, they keep being given money. Your president Trump, he's paying $750 in taxes. At my job, I pay $1,100 a week in taxes. So
I pay a lot of taxes too.
so when we talk about this, as far as something that's supposed to be positive to us, we not keeping in mind that as somebody is talking about giving you a loan, that's their money. That's not your money. So why would we be excited about some more loans when we're in a position to say, no, give it to us. That's mine. I don't need to pay you back for it. Because if I lose and I go under, that'll be on me. I'm not going to owe you. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life trying to pay you back for your money.
Okay, well, let me add this caveat, right? The Platinum Plan and Biden's plan haven't even been introduced on the floor of either side, right? The Senate nor the House. So that means it's not law yet, right? So I have a competing plan called the Harvest Freedom Act. So we could push because that's giving us the money. And it's not costing America anything but land. However, in the Harvest Freedom Act, there is a contingency in there based on the city's recommendation that all the cities got together and they concluded that reparations are needed and necessary and must happen. So they had estimated a bunch of money. So we incorporated their estimation into our plan, and we're lobbying Sheila Jackson Lee and other Congress people to introduce it on the floor of the House or the Senate. So we would need promotion. We would need the youngsters that stay on their phones all day, that be on all the socials, you know what I'm saying? TikTok and Bigo and everything pop, right? We would need them to promote it heavy. Just all they need to do is post it one time. If 1,000 people post it one time, that's called viral, because the followers of those people are gonna grow it to 10 million shares. You see, and so those shares are equity.
I think that's better than, like I said, that's different from asking to borrow some money. So I agree with what you're saying now, 100%.
So since it's not going to cost America anything but land, which is already earmarked for things of this nature, you know what I'm saying? They earmark land for nationalists, you know what I'm saying? People who are similar to the autochthonous mentality, wherein they want to have their own tribes and their own spaces and their own self-determination. They want to live amongst themselves and judge each other and have their own judicial systems and their own everything, right? That's called self-determination. So there's 172 of those in America. So that's another thing that we push in the Harvest Freedom Act. But what we're going to need is just share the link for the Harvest Freedom Act. You just Google that, find it, share the link.
What I would say in response to that, man, we're gonna put the link in the chat for everybody to see it. But in response to that, we're talking about what's being negotiated on the table now between the two presidential candidates and two administrations. Maybe the Biden administration if they win, or the Trump administration. And like I said, man, everything that I see on the Trump administration in regards to African Americans, we're going to benefit from, and I don't see anything on the side of Biden that we're going to benefit from. Now to touch on what the brother was talking about, owing white people money. Now, I just did a debate maybe 2 months ago about socialism. So I believe in the redistribution of wealth, which that would include schooling and free schooling. But what I don't believe in, it has to, if we're going to do schooling and free schooling, if the government's going to pay for it, my tax dollars are going to pay for it. It better be something important, like in the field of science and technology, not because you want to go learn about the arts. You know what I'm saying? I don't think taxpayers should be paying for people to learn about the arts or learn about some kind of other fugazi stuff that you that goes out of your own pocket. Go get a loan for that. But also to touch on loans, where else are we going to get the capital from? You already said that black people have less than 1% of the wealth here in America. If that be true, then where else we're going to get the money from? We can't turn to our own. So of course we're going to have to get that money through loans. Now I'm a proponent of grants. I would push for grants. We need to write Congress or write whoever we need to, a local politician, whoever we need to get in touch with to lobby for that, right? For grants, $500 billion of grants going to the community instead of $500 billion in loans. But you got to understand, they're thinking like a businessman. They're looking for a ROI, return on investment. So the way that we can circumvent that problem that you're having is funnel those funds through the black chain of commerce, the black banks. I'm from Dallas originally. I know there's not that many black banks out there, but that's one way to make sure that we're all benefiting from these funds that are being allocated through the platinum plan. But my thing is, what other options do we have here? We're talking about voting. We're talking about the presidential candidates, and we're seeing what we can glean from it as a community. Because from years and years and years and years on, our people have voted for nothing. And I agree, cut the check. We do want the check. We want them. Of course, we're proponents, like the brother said, demand the money. Okay, demand the money. But what are we going to do until that happens? You're basically asking for reparations. What are we going to do in the meantime until we can get reparations? I think we need, as a people, as a collective, to take advantage of these opportunity zones. Take advantage of it. Because if we have that mindset, well, I'm not going to be a partaker in it, or, I don't want to have the white man's money. What you said about gentrification, what you said about these other nations and races coming into the opportunity zones, buying everything up and hiring our people and just giving them jobs is going to become a reality because none of us are partaking in the benefit of the opportunity zone. Getting these collective funds, being able to reinvest in our own communities. Because as soon as you increase the economic growth and the flow of money into these communities, that's what's going to make the community rise. That's why they're underdeveloped. There's no money in these communities. So I don't see how anybody's going to be against the application or allocation of funds being funneled into our community. Anybody got anything they want to chime in on that?
I want to say this, and if you look at the comment from this brother, say, in my opinion, on Trump paying $750 in income taxes is genius. Our people need to learn the system and finesse it that way, like other nations do legally, and that majority of the 1% pay large taxes. That didn't make sense. So just listen, let's just take right now, today, for example. Do you know how many people are going to get in trouble and go to jail behind them PPP loans and even the unemployment? So when we look at the character of the people that we're dealing with and we say, well, let's take their help, when they supposedly are trying to help us, it ends up biting us because we're taking stuff from states. And I don't know why we forgetting about that when dealing with Trump and this extreme right wing administration. So let's look at both parties the same, because when we say that the Democrats have done nothing for us, and which I'm in agreement with that, but because we realize that now, we act like the Republican Party has done something for us, and they haven't. So the fact of the matter is, Nobody has done nothing for us. All we've been is the workhorses here in this country. And all we do is get finessed every 4 years for somebody saying, well, hey, I gave you a drink of water when I beat your ass and made you work. And the other one saying, well, I put some Kool-Aid in that water for you. So what I'm saying is when we look at the character and the way that this administration has been behaving, they gave out PPP loans. Now a lot of people are in trouble for minor mistakes because they never wanted to give people the money in the first place. It was just a carrot on a stick thing or a catch and bait thing. And then they end up giving a lot of the PPP money to, they gave $15 million to the Lakers. So when you see how sloppily this administration has been run, and the fact that that people so-called got over on them, look at the people they're coming back for. They're not coming back to bite Donald Trump in the ass for paying $750 in taxes, but I guarantee you they're gonna come back and bite you in the ass. And that's the way he's been running it. It's like, here, take this money. Don't worry about the fine print. Do what you do. Get all the money you can get. But guess what? When the shit hit the fan and it come back around, if you didn't dot the right I, and cross the right T, oh, now you gotta give all that back with money or go to jail. And that's the way he's been running this program. It hasn't been in a sincere way to try to help us, and yet we keep talking like, oh, that's what it is. Like, oh, this is what he's offering us. This is cool. It's never been cool. Nothing he's offered us has been cool. Even with like what the other brother was saying, these opportunity zones have been opportunities for other people. And now I can get with what Andrew Yang was saying, and not necessarily because he said a lot of BS too. As far as not black people not getting reparations and siding with the cops and stuff like that. But one good direction Andrew Yang went in when he was talking about wealth redistribution, basically, is saying that let these big corporations give us the money. So when we say, oh, well, where can the money come from? There's ideas and plans out there, but what we're doing is saying, okay, well, what we're doing is saying it's a different conversation from, well, which one is best for us? And then it goes to, oh, no, well, this is good. Well, that's different from what's best for us, because what Trump is doing or proposing is not good. What would be good is wealth redistribution by saying, like I said, in a way where Andrew Yang was saying, like, hey, Amazon is getting trillions of dollars and they not paying no taxes. Nah, fuck that. They finna get that money right back to the people. They finna get that money, put that money directly into the people's pockets. We're not finna give it out in the form of loans or oh, hey, let's get this white person some more money so they can create a job for you. No, he's saying, nah, let's take their money and put it right in the people's pockets. So Trump ain't proposing nothing like that. What Trump is saying, let me get his money to my rich white friends. Y'all get these niggas some jobs, and then we can loan them some money too. But when shit hit the fan, if they try that shit that we try, like brother, like the brother was saying, talking about, oh man, we need to learn how to finesse them like Trump. Do y'all really think the United States finna sit up here and let us finesse them out of some fucking tax money?
No, you made some powerful points. I agree with Amazon. Now, like I said, I'm really a slick socialist. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with Republicans or Democrats because they believe in privatization of enterprise, and I believe that we should have social services. I just believe our social services are being abused. But on the Amazon thing, I believe all the corporations, Amazon, DuPont, all these rich families and rich corporations, the 1% or what have you, should be paying taxes and should be fronting the load, if you will, or carrying the load of America. But the problem with that is it becomes, even if that was the case, who always gets left behind? The African Americans. We always get left behind because nothing has ever been specifically written out for us in about 40 or 50 years, man. So now we actually have a plan that has our ethnic group written in it and catered for our ethnic group. Now with taxes, all they're going to do is take the money from them and allocate them as taxes. Biden want to take your tax money and funnel it into Obamacare to pay for sexual reassignment surgery. That's the surgery trannies get when they want to change from a male to a female or a female to a male. So just because you're getting that money and that wealth and this taxes from these corporations doesn't mean it's going to directly benefit us. We have to have people lobbying for us in Congress, in the Senate. We got to have more representation in politics as a whole. And right now, our representation in politics is very small. So all I'm saying is the options that we have today, the options that we have in front of us today, out of the two options that we have, I got to roll with Trump because at least something is coming from it and we can glean something from it and gain some kind of money, some kind of monetary value to help combat the issues in the black community. We can use that $500 billion. Now you're saying he's going to give it to rich white people or the institutions or the banks. Okay, cool. But we need to still access this funds, get this money, be competitive like the brother James said, and make these businesses. And don't get businesses that are going to suck or fall under like you keep saying. Get businesses like a trade. You can't go wrong with a trade, brother. I do HVAC myself. So HVAC is always going to be booming. People going to always want to feel comfortable in their homes. Restaurants, businesses, they're going to always need the trades, man. They're always going to need a carpenter, electrician, so on and so forth. So why not get that loan, start a business, go into these opportunity zones to get these tax incentives, tax breaks, and hire your own people and raise the community up, raise the slums up from the low state they're in. That's what we're trying to do, man. And with that, I yield the floor. Anybody else got anything they want to add to it?
I want to just say this too. I think the difference is what we do and how we participate in politics is that what we doing is we letting them put something on the table and then us saying, okay, yeah, that's cool or that's not cool. What I'm saying is we need to stop letting them put stuff on the table and say, here, y'all can have this or that. Our stance need to be, no, this is what we want. Point blank, period. It's not about what you say you want us to have. We want what we want. And as a voting block, when we start getting into, well, who's best for us, if neither one of them have a real plan for us or anything that's in our benefit, then neither one of them is best for us. And what I'm saying is, even with Joe Biden, let's say, I don't know about Joe Biden's so-called specific plan for black people, so I'm not going to give him any credit for having one. All I've heard from him is a general plan for American citizens to say, well, we're going to give y'all 2 years of community college. And what else did he say? 2 years of community college. And I think he said maybe some more loans and this and that. So I'm not with that either. I don't think that that's enough either. But the things that kind of make me say, well, damn, the thing that kind of make me say, I don't know if what Trump is offering is any better, is simply because even though he's saying, look, man, I got $500 billion on the table, I'm gonna let y'all borrow. Looking at the way he's behaved and how he's been running his administration, we've been getting in trouble behind taking money from this dude. And on top of that, I look at the fact, well, shit, could I just use 2 years of going to school to be a crane operator and then starting my own business and not have to be in any debt, rather than saying, well, let me get however much, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 loan from the government that I got to pay back based on Trump's platinum plan that I got to pay back and be in debt behind, especially if the business don't run. So I'm looking at like, well, shit, maybe 2 years or a trade school, going to be a welder or an engineer. Maybe that is better than getting a $20,000 loan.
But you're still going to need that small business loan to get started, unless you want to be an employee and work for another business. But we're talking about black entrepreneurship, and you're still going to need that small loan to get your trucks, get your licensing, your insurance. You understand? Because I'm in the field of HVAC, and I know I'm originally in the state of Texas. In the state of Texas, you got to have $1 million insurance policy to start business. Why? Because if you go into somebody's house and you're doing work in their attic and you fall through their ceiling, you got to have some coverage. to repair
Yeah,
their
you're telling
cell.
the truth right there. And
Yeah,
it costs $4,000 a year.
right,
So yeah, you gotta have. That's not the biggest expense. Your biggest expense is just the working capital, getting everything you need to make the business run. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to have a loan in order to survive and compete today.
right. I mean,
But what I'm saying
Montgomery.
is,
Go ahead,
I'm
brother.
not strict. My bad. I'm not strictly speaking on um, that having some capital to start a business is not better than having a job. What I'm saying is having a free. I'm comparing having a free skill to being lent to being loaned some money. So depending on the skill that you have, welders making over $100,000 an hour, crane operators, a lot of them making damn near $200,000 an hour. So I'm saying a lot of for me, when I look at which one is better, I weigh out those options. Would I rather somebody loan me $50,000 to start a business, or would I rather go ahead and get this crane operator certificate for free and then make $100,000 a year and start my own business some years later with my own money?
Well, you got to realize when you get a loan, right? You say 50,000, right? You're weighing that on the scale with 100,000 a year. So now $50,000 loan takes 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. So you got 50,000 in 2 to 3 to 4 in 1 month's time, wherein you had to go to school to learn how to be a welder, then work a full year to get 100,000. The whole time you got bills that leave you with maybe 30,000 left over at the end of that year. So you just worked the whole year for 30,000. But the loan is 50,000 up front. And if you know how to flip it, maybe I'm talking from my experience in the streets.
No,
See,
that's good. They
but
call that cycling of the dollar. You on
yeah,
point. Gotta know how to
yeah.
cycle that dollar, man. That leveraging. That's what we gotta learn as a people, how to leverage these opportunities.
I'm
You know,
saying this now, like when we talk about owning businesses, I think a lot of times we talk about that like it's a magic bullet. Now we can get in. I don't know if we have time for this discussion, but I'm pretty sure all of us know, every single one of us on this line know multiple people with failing businesses. And so what I'm saying, I'm not saying that in a defeatist way, like saying, well, nah, we don't need money for businesses because we're gonna fail. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as 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 the people in our community and as me myself personally, a lot of people would have to take into account maybe I'm not a good businessman, or maybe it wouldn't be best for me to be in debt. So I've had my own business before, and just truthfully speaking, my businesses have failed. Most of the people that I know.
are you still there? I think we lost.
Yeah, they fail because you're competing against more established businesses in the community that have been there for 20, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? And so they're just more comfortable with those companies.
Listen. Businesses in trade and infrastructure gonna always survive, bro.
Mm.
Because you're gonna always need infrastructure. You're gonna always need trades. Another avenue that Black people should take is technocracy. Any field in technocracy, cybersecurity, computer programming, IT, data management, data analysts. All those fields are much needed fields, and they need firms to take on the workload. We don't have enough people in America that have the skills to do the jobs. That the door's wide open for us to make millions. But you know what I hear claims? When you tell Black people about that, you know what I hear from them? Oh, I'm not into that. That ain't for me. So working at McDonald's is for you?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Being a clerk at 7-Eleven is, I'm confused.
That's another thing. We've been trained to despise knowledge. You see? So
Right.
that's part of the destruction that we face. You know,
This brother said loans only get you debt. Listen, take the loan, leverage the loan, invest in yourself so you can get an ROI, right? That you can eventually pay off the damn loan. We're not saying just get the loan and run off on the plug. Oh, now I'm in debt. No, be responsible, make money off of it, increase your wealth, and pay the loan off. And hopefully you invest in a business or invest in something that accrues enough money that you don't have to worry about taking a loan again of that amount. All right, brother. Yeah, man. Just jump back on when you can. The brother Moo said he's in a bad area. But I'm gonna let these two new brothers that came in, Rocky Lizardi. You are now on the show, man. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm just listening. Yeah, I mean, I don't really got much. I haven't really listened but a couple minutes, so I don't even know the context of the conversation.
We're basically going through the pros and cons of the platinum plan. That's what's been going on this last 30 minutes.
You know what? That's a good segue for you to present both the Biden's and Trump's plans, so we can further the conversation, because we kind of been debating about things that is left the conversation kind of stagnant a little bit.
Right. Hold on. Let me just answer this and let Ricardo in. We got another brother in the back, Ricardo. I'm gonna let him in, let him chime in. But this brother said it's not easy to flip money. I mean,
what did he say?
He said it's not easy to flip money. It's because, you know what, that comes from a place of ignorance, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because one thing I learned, because I've been doing HVAC for 10 years, and one thing I learned, the money I'm making, the people I work for, don't equal the money I'm making every hour. You understand? So if they can figure out how to flip and make this money, I can do the same thing, bro. Because I'm already providing the service and doing all the leg work. They just sitting back doing all the clerical work, office work, and stuff like that. I can do that too and just make way more money than I am already. That's why I want to step into the business world and run my own business and control my own destiny. So when you say it's not easy to flip money, you just got to pick the right field and the right market. You understand? That's all. That's why I said trades, technocracy. Deal with things.
I'm gonna tell them exactly how to flip money.
You gonna tell them? Go ahead.
Figure out what you absolutely would do for free, like something that you love to do, and then stop learning and start creating. So you find something that you absolutely adore, and then you stop learning how to do things, and then you start commoditizing, whatever you call it. What's the word I'm looking for?
You're saying make a commodity out of it, pretty much.
You're right.
Incentivize it, maybe. Go ahead.
Incentivize what you love, absolutely would do for absolute scot-free, and then you turn it into a money making business. That's what you do. And you can't lose, because you're gonna be spending all of your focus on that.
Then the other brother said, is this the same brother? He said, I invested in homes and flipping homes and haven't cashed in yet.
What?
I got to know the particulars of that. Hey, but let me let you. He said easier said than done. Hey, everything require work, man.
Yeah, you might need some better training for that.
All right, let me add Ricardo. Ricardo, you in the show, brother. Let us know how you feel, bro.
Yeah, man. Peace. I'm gonna second you on that, where you said it's up to the choices you make when you're going into business. And I'm gonna second the other brother saying that you should do something that you love. That's facts. Because once you love it, it's not really work. The thing about it is, dude saying you can't guarantee, bro, there ain't no guarantees in life. So you're looking for a guarantee, you might well go somewhere else and live, bro. But ain't nothing guaranteed in this life but death. So I'm gonna tell you like this: just choose wisely. You feel me? And make sure you have all the knowledge that you need in order to succeed. And secondly, my brother said stop learning. I wouldn't say stop learning. I just say start incentivizing. Never stop learning in your trade, bro, because
That's a
technology
fact.
always advances. You feel me? Like I
That's a
detail, you
fact.
feel me? So I know I've been detailing 10 years. I've been detailing with niggas on the side of the street. Now I got a job where I'm a manager at a dealership. You feel me? So I'm running the store.
Mhm.
Basically, I like where I'm at right now, but I'm still gonna start a business. You know what I'm saying? Like I could
Mhm.
do side shit, and my bosses and shit's cool with that. So I could make money at my job like I'm running my own business while I'm at my job doing my job. You feel me? So
Mhm.
it's good. Like I'm getting like both hands fed to me right now. So it's good for me. But like I said, I'm still gonna start a business doing that shit because I'm good at it. You feel me? And I know I can eat. Like that's facts, bro. You feel me? Just
Right.
do what you love. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? You won't have no problem.
Yeah, it'll eventually work out, but I certainly
Yeah, exactly.
1000% agree and appreciate the correction that you offered to me because I misspoke. And so let me clarify what I meant to say, right? You never stop learning, as he said. However, you have to if you want to make money, if you want to make money, you have to figure anything out. Figure something out. Learn the information on how to incentivize it, and then you put it into use. You see, so that takes a lot of time that we spend learning.
Right.
So I think that might have been a clearer way for me to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
probably
makes
still a little bit
sense.
unclear.
You good, you good. You make perfect
Yeah,
sense, man. Like I was
yeah,
just
I
like,
did it for myself
you don't
because
want to
I
stop learning,
don't
you know
never
what I'm
stop
saying? I
learning.
got what you
Never,
said. Trust me,
never stop
I
learning.
got your point. I got your point, but I was like, yeah, you might not want to say stop learning. You know what I'm
That way,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
never stop learning. That's a fact. I'm just so geeky that I'm always gonna continue to learn. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just telling people they need to
Yeah,
stop for a
start
second
capitalizing
and
on your shit.
and create something. That's right. Make something happen for yourself.
Yeah, bro. Don't doubt yourself, man.
All right, brother.
Listen to Mike
What you
for
think?
real. Yeah, don't doubt yourself, Mike.
What you think about the two candidates, Biden and Trump, and do you believe either one of them are good for the black community with their policies?
You talking about me?
Yeah,
Nah, I don't believe none of them is really good for black people. But hey, we in the system, and we also got to realize that the presidents themselves don't really control what's going on. We got to really fight the system. We got to really work on the system. You know what I'm saying? So like we teach in the community, we need to start getting active in the city shit and state shit, and then we could worry about the president. Cause if you ain't doing it on that level, then the presidency, you voting for the president ain't really doing shit. Like we seen what happened with Hillary and Trump. She got the people vote, he got the electoral vote.
right,
Who
right. I
became the
think he's gonna
president?
get the same thing this time. I think he's gonna win through the electoral
Yeah,
college
bro.
again.
You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be like that. So what we need to do is, start getting active in the city and state votes. You know what I'm saying? Elections.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Once we get there, then we could start, you know,
I'm gonna tell
start
you this
making
now.
moves
The
on.
city and state get heavy funding from the Fed. So You understand?
Facts.
So
Facts.
yeah, so they do whatever the feds say, man, pretty much.
Facts.
I know Biden came to my city. My city is 100% black city now. When I moved here in the early 80s, it was I'm talking about it was Klan Central. I thought this was the capital of the Ku Klux Klan.
Damn.
And now it's a black city, and Biden just walked straight in and shook everybody's hand and said, "Thank y'all for being black. Now do what I say." And they said, "Okay, yes, sir, boss," and
Yep.
tap danced away.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing though, bro. Like, you gotta be careful. But it happens everywhere, bro. Like, yo, it happens in Jamaica where it's like 90% black folks down there, bro. And black folks supposedly ruling and leading, and the same shit happens, bro. We got two parties, both full of shit. None of them do good for the people. When it come around to election, that's when the people see them. They fix the roads and shit, fix a couple roads, and as soon as the fucking election is done, all that shit stop. Wherever the roads was being fixed, all that shit just stop right there. Boom. So you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, yo, it's crazy everywhere, bro.
Okay, so aside from voting on any platform, what would you say an alternative would be?
Do it vantage wise, vantage wise. Take it on all fronts. So not just vote, but participate. You know what I'm saying? Get people in that you would want to vote for. You know what I mean? Bro, like we have to do something. We can't sit. We could complain all day, but if we don't do nothing, then it's just gonna be complaining all day. Forever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
at some point we gotta start taking stands and start making moves.
I agree because yeah, I also think that local is more important, obviously.
Yeah, we gotta do it vantage point wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, from all angles. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do when they coming for us, bro? They surround the house. You know what I'm saying, bro? They ain't at the front door only. They around that bitch everywhere, windows, everything.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. That's an excellent analogy. Well, Joshua, let's see what we got on first up in the comparisons.
Yeah. Let me get into it. So Biden got the lift every voice. Mute your mic real quick, Christos. So Biden has the lift every voice, I guess, plan for black economics or Black America. And within it, the Biden plan for Black America, it says, well, let me share my screen so y'all can see what I'm seeing. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. And I'm gonna get you guys' thoughts on each point. All right. So this is on JoeBiden.com on the Black America, and it says the Biden plan for Black America will advance the economic mobility of African Americans and close the racial wealth and income gaps. Now, I'm gonna ask the panel: is anybody on this panel buying this? Are you in agreement with this? Do you think it's achievable? Is this something Biden is able to do?
Okay.
No.
Since I don't hear nobody talking, I'm gonna say hell to the no, right?
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because Biden, for while he was running against all the rest of the candidates and banging, first of all, that lady, what's her name? Williams. Williams is the first woman to talk about reparations nationally like that ever, and probably the first person. So the rest of the field started picking up on the reparations talk, and Biden banged on it every step of the way. Then somehow, magically, he became the lead in the situation. Now he's the leader, right, of the Democratic Party. So now, here recently, the past maybe 6 months, I want to say, while he was trying to campaign in his weak campaigns all over everywhere, Black people would come up with tears in their eyes, saying, "We need help. Do you not believe us? What do you think we playing?" And he took that and said, "Okay, well, let me say something about it, even though I've been banging on helping Black people my whole entire life up until the past 6 months." And he's 78 years old. So that plan that he developed is super recent. And it just came out a couple of days ago? So I know he ain't gonna do it, for one thing. And for two, I know he ain't capable of doing it, because when you try to do stuff like that, the government shuts down.
Right.
And he don't got the skill and ability to change that.
It's interesting you brought it up. I want to segue. I want to sidebar, if you will, on that. I'm reading the article right now on his stance on reparations on Newsweek.com. Let me pull it up here so you all can see where I'm reading it from. This is very interesting what he said. It's the same thing we've been seeing for years. You know, it's the same thing we've been seeing for years. If I can get it up here on my page, right here, Newsweek.com. I'm gonna get straight to the meat and potatoes of this. I ain't gonna hold y'all up if it ever loads. But the brother brought out a poignant point about Joe Biden. Here we go. Joe Biden shut my computer down, man. The Biden administration don't want me to let this out, man.
You see? So we be talking about people.
Look at this, man. This is all talking about him being a part of Black Lives Matter protests and acting like he's for Black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to reparations, right here, you see this? He repeatedly touted his record for supporting and empowering the Black American community. But watch this. He says, but he has not committed leaders and activists. Instead, he has pledged to formally study the issue if he is elected president. So what he's saying is, I'm not going to give you guys reparations, but I will study it. How is that helping?
Figure that out by now. And what about the studies that Black people surviving through these conditions, and in some cases thriving through these conditions, have already experienced what is needed to thrive? We already figured it out. And you're not going to go to one of these people or a number of these groups, there's like a dozen of them, and say, what did y'all find?
Right.
Before the election, you're going to wait till after the election and then say, I'll look into it.
I'll study, I'll look into it. That lets you know he's not serious about giving us anything. Biden is not going to give you anything. Look at this comment. It says, on Monday, Biden was urged by the Delaware State Senator Darius Brown to do more than simply study the idea of reparations for Black Americans. Translation, actually give us something. Why is it so hard for Democrats to do anything for Black people? I mean, actually pass a bill that benefits Black people, African Americans, the children of the slaves, the people that built this economy. The reason why America became a powerful economy is because the agricultural industry and the cotton and all the other commodities that was built and the free labor off of the backs of our ancestors, and we can't get a damn dime for it. You understand? You want to study it. Yeah, I'm going to study it when I go in office. That's an empty promise, man. Go ahead, Claims.
It certainly is. Now, as a comparison, I am in the reparation space daily, and I've been in the reparation space since I figured out that it was a smart thing to do in 2015. So my very first YouTube video is about reparation. Initially, I had only focused on the Israelite community and said that I'm going to get this money for the Israelites. But then I said, even my sleep people are Israelites. And so I opened up the entire plan to every descendant of the slaves based on my studies of reparations. I found out that the United Nations designated every Black person in America a descendant of slave. That's their designation for us. And then here recently, Sister Sass went to the United Nations. She lives in New York. And the only people that were there was the Nation of Islam talking about reparations. And they don't even care about America like that. But they care about their people. You see what I'm saying? So the Israelite Sister Sass, an Old Testament sister, went to the United Nations on that day. And she said, what's the holdup? They told her that we don't have Black people designated as a people group. And so the Nation of Islam gave us the title Afro descendants or Afro descendants of slaves, something like that. And so they are accepting that, and that's what will, as it stands right this moment, that's what could be on the applications for reparation. But you know, I don't care what's on there, as long as the money is applicable.
Right. And that Senator Brown said, the people in this room, we love you. Senator Brown, who said is Black, said during an event with the community leaders at Bethel AME Church in Wilmington, Delaware, but we are here not only to love you, but to push you, because if we can publicly support every other Democratic base, then we should publicly support the African American Democratic base. And it shouldn't be a study of reparations. It should be funding reparations.
That's a fact.
Hey man,
and it's just that simple. I don't know why they think this is big, and I don't know why they think it's a handout. We are owed this information, and they either gonna do it, or a lot of people is gonna be highly upset. And you thought them what you call them things, protest. You thought the protest was something. You see,
right?
These people are really mad for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? In real life, because we done told you this forever. Now you pretending to take us seriously, and then now you're talking about you're gonna look into it. Come on, bro, quit playing. I mean, we're not from the 50s and 60s, bro.
Right. This guy is really saying the Biden administration will support a study of reparations. That's an insult.
Certainly is, man.
That's an insult. Yeah, all I can do is study it.
There are people all over the country who has figured this out already. What do you think I learned it from? I learned it from the greats from back in the day. The United Nations took the descendants of slavery moniker. They got that from Queen Mother Moore, whoever that is. I don't even know who she is. But you see what I'm saying? I found that out through my studies. And so she's the one who said it first. And the United Nations said, when they studied it, they said Queen Mother Moore called them the descendants of slaves. And they are a special group. That sounds prophetic to us, to Israelites. We are a special group who deserve reparations. That's what the United Nations said. And so they don't have a lot of pull over America because America got the guns. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's enough pressure to excite the populace in America to get them to shut down the phone lines and say, we want the BlackRedeem.me Harvest Freedom Act.
I don't think they have a lot of pull because America helped create that.
Yeah, every country, every civilized country helped create it. But America undermined the League of Nations and restructured it to the United Nations.
Right.
Yeah, so that America can have more power. And so, America kind of has a lot more power than the United Nations as a whole. But what they say has a worldwide audience. So when they announced that back in 2010, the whole world saw it and started thinking, oh, well, maybe we should do something. So the populace in every country said, you know what, you're right. We are old reparations. And when it happens all at once like that, when everybody's saying the same thing at one time, then it's only a matter of time for them to cave in. That's why Biden caved in, because on his campaign trail, that's all he heard from Black Lives Matter people. They came in there, they didn't know what they were saying, but they said it. They said, we need financial assistance.
Right. Hey, Claims, you know what's important about what the senator said? Senator Brown basically said, listen, our black ass has been supporting everything you Democrats want us to do.
Absolutely.
Everything you wanted us to support was behind that LGBTQ foolishness, all that stuff. We did everything. We lobbied. We did everything. We got you votes. When the hell are you going to fund this reparations? Where's the reparation bill? That's what I got out of this. We've been working our ass off for nothing. Building the Democrats up, making sure and consolidating the black vote for you. Why are you not funding this? Which I think is a huge slap in the face, man. Let's move on to the next. I want to read the rest of this because
I just wanted to respond to that really quick.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Like I said, we are not the people from the 50s and 60s. So when I was studying this, I was watching videos from the 50s and 60s because I said, dang, they've been talking about reparations forever. And then I found out that they were saying similar things to what a lot of people say today. And they were saying stuff like, oh, these people are mad and stuff, and they're eventually going to do something, right? But back then, they were too scared to do it. Today, these young people ain't scared to do none of that.
Right. You're right about that, man. They might incite some very violent riots. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I call reparations civil war prevention.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to just go to a voting poll. That's for sure.
No, but I think, man, all those points were very powerful because it's like we've been working our ass off for nothing for this one party, and it's just very evident that it hasn't paid dividends. You understand? We've gotten shit from the deal, for lack of better words. And let me get back onto this article. Back on the article. Then we're gonna go into Lift Every Voice, playing for Black people by yours truly, Biden. All right, so I'm share my screen again. Get that back up. Get it back popping. I see you in the back, Craig Strauss. Go ahead and click that link and get on here so we can hear your talking points, brother. You're going to have to defend this Biden stuff, man. Don't get on here just trying to attack the Trump thing. Defend what we reading from Biden. He don't want to give your black ass a penny. You know what I'm saying? Let alone reparations. All right, so the first thing we read was advance the economic mobility of African Americans and close the racial wealth and income gaps. The counter argument to that is the fact that Joe Biden is on record not committing to reparations. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Which is very interesting because when you read this whole thing, it's pretty much saying he's going to do things for minorities. It's not. So it's very disingenuous to say a Biden plan for Black America when everybody else is going to benefit from it. Sounds familiar, right? But anyway, the next part says expand access to high quality education and tackle racial inequity in our education system. Anybody on the panel buying that, or do you agree with that? Do you think that's achievable? Anything wrong with that? What's up? Talk to me.
Is it achievable? Yes, it's achievable if they do it, but he's not gonna do that. He just saying what tickles their ears because they don't listen to us; they listen to them.
Right. I'm from Dallas, so I speak from that area. I remember they did something similar to this, and they gave out vouchers to go to charter schools, and that's supposed to be high quality education in Dallas, right? But what they would do is after they offered these vouchers to the lower income residents of Dallas, they would lie and say, "Oh, our admission's full. We have no more open slots." You know what I'm saying? So that was a big scam going on in Dallas where Black people were trying to take advantage of high quality education and being denied, straight up lied to about the attendance and saying that they were full and they weren't accepting anybody. But really, they just didn't want their Black ass there. So, I mean, that's very skeptical. It sounds good on paper, but I would like to see something that he did in his administration or his 47 years of being a politician to actually back up those words. Anything else y'all want to add before we move on?
Yeah, I went to a location. It's called AIT, or it used to be called Red Hat, right? So they did security in the AIT field, like you mentioned earlier, and they were allowing free, not only free training, but a job to go with it, right? And so I got hired by the people, and then got fired the same day that I went in there. So that just tells you the gatekeepers are still everywhere. The only other Black person in there was a dark-skinned, older Black lady. I was in my 20s. I was like 22 or 23 or something like that. And she was like 45, older Black lady. So I'm talking about like a dark-skinned Black lady. The ones that do something different. The ones that what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Pander to white people. Something similar to that. That's how the air that she gave me. But it was 50 other white people in there getting this free training and a job in the field of IT security. See what I'm saying? But then they see me walking there. I done got hired by 2 managers. And this trainer dude was like, "How do you? That's impossible. A Black guy? How? A young Black man at that? How? This can't be." So in his mind, I could read his thoughts because he looked so disturbed. He was like, "You sure you're supposed to be in here?" I said, "Yeah, I was hired by Mark and Willie." "Okay, let me go find them." Conveniently, neither one of them were there that day. So he fired me. And they never let me come back. So it ain't no use of talking about something they're gonna do if there's gatekeepers everywhere telling you. It's
Right.
like I lied.
It has to be enforced.
Mhm.
Also on this as well, I want to point out it says tackle racial inequity. See, that's very ambiguous. And that's another problem I have with this. Where's the specificity for us, for Black people? You're just saying racial inequity. That can mean any group. That can be an Arab group, a Chinese group. Why would you say a Biden plan for Black America if it's not specifically about Black America? That's something that's a red flag to me as well. But the next thing says make far-reaching investments in ending health disparities by race. See, again, by race. So
not in the black.
Exactly. It's not just talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? This might well be called a Biden plan for the minorities of America or something like that. That'll make more sense. So specificity is a problem for me because we want, if you're getting majority of the black votes, you're getting like 2% of the black votes. You should be doing a lot more for black people since they voting for your ass, right? Are y'all buying that? Comments, no comments. We'll move on. All right. If not, we'll keep it rolling. Strengthen America's commitment to justice. Strengthen America's commitment to justice. That actually, if they can follow through with that, I'll give them points on that.
They're saying to like re-educate the white populace to realize that we've been marginalized, like as if they're going to give a damn.
Right. Well, when I read this, go ahead, brother.
All that stuff is pretty. All that stuff is pretty vague, though. I mean, what does that really mean? Strengthen. What did that say again?
Strengthen America's commitment to justice.
What does that mean?
I know what they're trying to do.
That could mean more police.
That's the caveat to it, right?
Right. I mean, it ain't got no footnote or nothing.
Here's a footnote for you.
A foot in your
Obama
ass.
tripled. Yeah, there you go. Obama tripled the funding to police. And you know that every Democrat furthers the mission of the Democrat that came before them.
Oh, hold on. We got a special guest in the building.
Great.
You know, I gotta let him in. Let me stop sharing my screen.
That Ratchet.
Yeah, you already know Ratchet.
Oh Lord.
Ratchet Craig, what's going on, man? Talk to us.
Please say the baby.
I'd like to say peace out to the source, man. The source debate league. But this is it's gonna get very interesting on this so-called Trump-loving Hebrew Israelite cult.
Please say the baby.
Right? This Hebrew Israelite cult is gonna get very interesting. And it will be on my show tonight. I'm coming after this. But I'm gonna big up Genesis 49. I'm not against my brother like that. But we gotta bring these topics to the foremost, right? But when it come down to it, man, Trump selling you niggas some fucking shiny object. Show the monkey a shiny object, and then y'all falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I just don't get it, man. You know what I mean?
That's why we ask for alternatives.
Trump is the firecracker with all the somebody echo us. Somebody need because they kind of fucking me up right now. But
that's why we ask for alternatives.
Yeah. We got this motherfucker who just roasted shit down on paper, and you filed for it. No history, no great history of doing anything for Black America, right? And then he cut a lot of programs out, and at the end of the day, it's still not nothing that's sustainable. Like y'all falling for this shit, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm not saying Biden shit. I don't give a fuck about Biden either. But I do know that when it comes down to like certain things like education, I heard somebody talk about the 2-year trade free college. That was already in my city since 2015. My nephew graduated from that, and he been very successful off that program. And a lot of people then they got adult reconnection. You know what I'm saying? You go back and get your associate degree in certain fields. But on my show, I'm going to show you all the shit you can get with this associate degree in my local college. And I will show you the benefits And then they have business law at the same local college that you could attend. Just because black people don't want to do shit, they want a nigga to give them money. They just want to cut the check. That's it.
Hey, Joshua,
It's just
did he
y'all
just
fault.
agree with us, or am I
Yeah,
hearing?
you pretty much in line with what I meant.
No, but this is about the Obama so-called Biden who Trump hates so much. He discredited Obama at every turn he could get. He ain't put no free college in this motherfucker. He ain't put no free college in here. He ain't do no you can get the business law right now. Obama already did that under his administration. And plenty of other things that I would be showing on my show.
Obama ain't
that y'all black ass, just because y'all black ass just don't want to do shit for y'all. Y'all, it's shame on you. You like crime. You like to commit crime. You like to commit crime so y'all ain't get locked up 100 years. But not in my city. Well, majority black say 65%. It ain't my fault you stay around a bunch of redneck crackers who take advantage of that, especially in the South. Well, all this Biden did all this stuff that y'all say he signed this bill. All the bills, the white Republican took advantage of that. I would be showing on my show. They the one who oversentenced your ass because they have a minor and they have a major part of it. They gave you the maximum part, the Republican judges and shit like that. They did that. They just capitalize off anything a person say, and then they just bash you. That's what they do. That what
you better come with a quick
Black
counter
Hebrew
for that,
Israelites.
Joshua.
Hey, that what the Black Hebrew Israelites do on Black Lives Matter. They actually out there doing the work. Y'all actually out here condemning them.
What?
And I just want a middle ground.
You said the Black Lives Matter are doing what work?
They are doing the work. They're the ones that's going out here protesting the forefront in front of the media, and all that. But we got people out here who say, "Oh man, they gay." Then y'all worry about who motherfuckers stick their dick in?
No. What we're worried about is that the actual group and the actual cause is being hijacked by the LGBTQ. That's the best way to put it, man. Because that's what. Hold on, brother. I'll let you get your spiel.
Okay, go ahead. I just want to ask a question on that one, but you go ahead.
Like many black movements, why do all black movements get hijacked by the LGBTQ community, man? It seems like everything that we want for us and advocate and allocate funds for us got to be funneled through them some way. Like I remember it was a T-shirt that said gay is the new black. Undermining us.
I remember that.
Yeah. And I agree on that part, but at the same time, when we going through this so-called civil rights, which we had the LGBT, the motherfucking feminists, we had all of them in the group at the same time before these civil rights got passed. So they've been a part of this with us on this journey, right? But that don't mean that we got to go along with everything they say. We should still put black first. But what I'm saying is we do a poor job at that. We care about everybody but ourselves.
Exactly. They less than 2% of the American population, but they get more in the political world than us.
You know
they get
why?
More funding, they get more protection, they get more everything than black people.
You know why? You know why? Because black people are too damn religious. We looking for a savior. Nigga could tell us any fucking thing. Nigga come up with a platinum plan. That shit should be the most disrespectful thing ever, bro. We already have a reparation bill, the HR 40. And I know nobody was capping for that. But this platinum, I don't know, this platinum plan, nigga just wrote it out. It ain't even a bill yet. Oh, he could do it like we believe in him.
Okay, so now check this out. Let me get it in.
Cut that out.
Because you
and then it's very vague and
let me get it in for a second.
Vague and ambiguous. It's very vague and ambiguous
Let me get it in for 1 second, Reggie. All right. So listen here, brother. You say religious, right? So Sheila Jackson Lee was religious. The author
Yeah,
of
yeah.
hold up. Let me get the whole thing out before you go crazy again.
I didn't say yeah.
Okay. John Conyers is a Christian. He's religious. He
Yeah.
wrote the bill. He wrote it. All right. So then when they had that conference over there in July 2019, there wasn't nothing but religious people there. Doggone, the Nation of Islam was there in full force after the call that I made on Boyce Watkins' show when I told everybody they got to come out and say everything at the exact same time, because I had a debate with an NOI brother and he agreed with everything that I said. You understand? So that was important. And so these religious people are the ones who are writing the bill. You don't see no atheists not there nowhere writing no bill
I
to
know
help us do
we ain't
nothing.
got to worry about atheists because that's not what I'm saying when I say religious. When I say religious, I'm talking about you zealous, right? You zealous. You a zealous, Clarence.
I
So
know that.
that's what
So
I
what?
mean by that.
That's supposed to be
That's what I mean
some
by
form
that.
of
But
disrespect or something.
when I say religious, I mean you zealous, right? And this is where I'm going with this, right? You have these people who say that you look guys who say that every black person is a Hebrew Israelite with no evidence.
I
Now
don't say
you went
that.
hard for that shit. With
I don't say
little or
that.
no evidence. I would say if you'd have any evidence, they
You
very
don't know
might
what
do.
you're talking
It's just
about,
like
brother.
black people saying they fucking Native Americans and shit.
All right,
It's very
You don't know
little
what you're
evidence.
talking
we
about,
going
brother.
somewhere on the comment. We that's keeping in the political
No,
sphere.
I'm keeping it in the phrase. So when I say religious, right? You have these people who sit back on the sideline and just condemn for black people. But they always have the best play. You know what I'm saying? They have the best play. But they organizations or little groups say you're part of don't do nothing. Y'all not living out Christians, you Hebrew Israelites are living out Christians. Y'all can't stay in there. You living out the black church. Y'all can't stay in there. Y'all living out all their accomplishments. But when it comes to me as an atheist, you want to lump them in with y'all. No, I'm not allowing y'all to lump them in with y'all. And this is the point I'm going in with it. Like y'all have a lot of things to say. And when it comes on y'all not doing nothing. Y'all doing less than the atheists too.
I just described.
Y'all doing less than
Hold on,
atheists
I just
too. And Sheila
described.
Jackson.
Reggie Craig, let the brother respond.
And hold on. I'm just gonna say this about
Why
Sheila
you gotta
Jackson.
repeat yourself so many times?
Nah, I'm
Bro?
saying about Sheila Jackson. I'm not repeating myself. When it comes to Sheila Jackson,
Hey, hold on. Mike for real said you ain't on topic, man.
I don't give a damn what anybody say. No, I'm just saying this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what I'm gonna do, talk about on my show, because we know that Biden. I'm not studying about Biden. He a cracker too. But I'm just saying that Trump ain't did zero, and y'all camping for a plan. That's all I'm saying. A plan.
Trump.
It ain't even a bill like HR 40 reparation bill. At least
HR
y'all should be
40
camping
is
for
a plan.
HR 40.
HR 40 is a plan.
It's very detailed.
Hold on,
Trump
It's a plan,
don't support the HR 40. Trump don't support the HR
He
40.
didn't say that, but hold on real quick, man. Hold on, bro. I'm trying not to mute you, brother. You going in.
You go ahead. I'm through now.
Right. Now, you said Trump had done zero. I'm going to share my screen. I don't know why y'all brothers keep advocating like this brother ain't did. I mean, brother, this dude ain't do anything for the black community. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Subscribe to the newsletter. Come on, man. Give me a break. So, on the route, they wrote an article reporting on the First Step Act signed and passed by the Trump administration. Y'all can see on the screen, 91% of inmates freed by the First Step Act were black. Should we give Republicans the credit? It looks like black people benefited from something Trump did. So my thing to you is, why are we saying Trump hasn't done anything when he actually has done something for black people? He actually wrote a law, put it into the First Step Act, put it into play, and we benefited immediately. So can we stop lying though?
Okay,
come on, bro. Tell the truth.
And then what I'm saying is, that was just something that capitalized. He said 91%. I'm gonna have to look at the rules, right? Because the rules are not a great source, but I'm gonna see what's up with the rules.
Now you're gonna
No,
discredit.
I'm just saying it's not a great source. I'm not saying that he did zero for black people. I'm pretty sure that it benefit based off DNA. But what I am saying that in 2019, the Central 5 that he was a part of, he didn't want to do no DNA and nothing like that. Oh, some shit he personally attached to. Now I don't know what the 91% is. It might lessen sentences. It might lessen sentences because people got over sentences, yeah. But that was put in play by Obama already. He just went on and put it in influential that he went on and mineralized. Cause Trump already, Obama already put that into place. You know what I'm saying? He just went on to capitalize off of it, like he always do. He capitalized on something that another person do.
The First Step Act was brought in by the Trump administration, not the Obama.
No, I ain't talking about the first. I ain't talking about the first show. I'm talking about with Obama. They lessened the minimum sentences and took away the at least 5 minimum year of for getting caught with drugs, right? They took away that. They been took away that. But what I'm saying is he actually let people out. I'll give him that. He actually let people out. But I don't know if it's 91%. I don't know if it's 91%. I think that number is a little higher. I think it's a little fabrication behind that number.
Okay, so Obama had the First Sentencing Act of 2010. That's what you're referring to, which narrowed the gap in racially discriminatory crack versus cocaine sentences by 82%. But you know who started that crack and cocaine thing? Giving you a higher sentence up for crack and lower sentences for cocaine. You know who started that, right?
Who started it?
Your boy Biden in 1986.
He didn't start it. He just voted. He was just one of the people because he got tricked in the banana the tailpipe by the because you know Ronald Reagan started the war on drugs, right? And black violence and gang violence started going up, and shit started going up in the hood, right?
I agree.
In the hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they was charging. This was the campaign of the Republic. They would say y'all soft on criminal law and order. You know, what's that screen there to this day? Trump, law and order. Y'all soft. Y'all don't do law and order. See law and order. Biden. You know what I'm saying? He said in the last Republican, the law and order is something that they trick the Democrats on. They were Republican also. He wanted to show that he was tough on crime. And he put this law into effect, right? But black people was committing crimes. We can't act like black people wasn't committing crime.
No, it's not about committing a crime. It's about having trumped up charges on them crimes, right?
Yeah. They always do that. They do that to this day. But it was over sentences, and there was a real disparity between crack cocaine and regular cocaine powder.
Right.
They were based on race. It was, but the cities that did it was all Republicans. They took advantage of it. The Republicans. They just sent them out, and he fell from down in the tailpipe.
I agree with you. George W. Bush and his Department of Justice, it says right here, was locking up people for that the same crime bill that Joe Biden pushed into.
Yeah. He was just trying to get tough on crime because it became like America went up like triple.
No, it's not just it wasn't a war against crime, it's a war against black people. That's keep it real. And they had nothing to do with crime.
I said it was racial, but I said the crime in America went up triple.
Yes, because you introduced America with crack.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, that the Republicans did that. About the Republican regime, right?
I'm not a Republican or a Democrat.
What I'm saying is, so they sent Biden out because he this war veteran, patriot guy, blah, 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 blah. He don't be around. He from Massachusetts, some motherfucker, or Delaware, or some motherfucker. And his ass don't be
You say
around people, right?
Biden is a
They
war veteran.
took advantage of his greenness.
Hold on,
And because he,
Isabio left already. I was trying to let you get your spiel out before I introduce Isabio, but he said the brother said I didn't let him in. But if you listening, come on in. I'm gonna let you in, introduce yourself, and
you ain't paying attention. I know you not gonna let him in. Like I know you not intentionally doing it. I ain't gonna say you do it. Yeah. You know, sometimes we don't know people in the back room, so they got to kind of tell us.
Yeah, and StreamYard is already retarded, so it's kind of hard to figure stuff out.
Yeah, shit on my Zoom I do that. When I will be having my show and straighten up you Hebrew Israelites, or y'all capping for Trump so damn much.
Hey, listen.
I always turn my doorbell on.
God damn!
When you on Zoom,
I thought
make
he
sure
was a
you turn
cracker.
this guy loud and wrong at all times.
But this coming from Claims, though, the guy who said this motherfucker Hebrew Israelite went to the UE and they told her this, right? This is the film he just told. Like, what is the evidence on that? Ain't no evidence on it. She just told you that you believed it, nigga. Go ahead.
Man, stop it. Anyway, like I was saying, you doggone made me forget what I was gonna say, but I'm saying that in Zoom, right?
Not so much, nigga.
Hold on. In Zoom, you can turn the doorbell on in Zoom. So when somebody come in the back, the doorbell ring.
Yeah, I ain't talking about doorbell long. I was doing a Zoom the other day, just trying it out, right? Yes, but yeah. I got to thank you for the info. You good for something, Clays? With your crazy
Hey, look at my screen now. This is the CharlesChronicle.net. It says report: Black men are the biggest beneficiaries of the First Step Act. It says the First Step Act.
Is that what Jay-Z and Meek Mill used in California to get that law passed?
Yeah. First Step Act gonna help a lot of black people out, man. They got. I'm saying
that's a question.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like the people who are already sentenced, they can go and get out because they got over sentenced. They got over sentenced off an old law.
Right. That's the point. He got rid of.
Yeah. They got over sentenced. They don't mean they didn't do the damn crime at the time. I mean, they don't mean they didn't do the crime though. We want to stop black people from doing the crime too, right?
We do, but we also want to stop the wrongful convictions as well.
We want to stop white people
I
from
think we
doing
want
crime
to do
too.
us loving black people. We don't want them to knock the old woman out, try to get some crack, right?
Claims funny as hell.
Yeah, we want
we don't want
stop doing crime
we don't
too.
want to knock, like you put yourself in the harm of the wrongest, right? Now we talk about which wrongest is better right now.
Stop agreeing with questions and answer some questions, brother.
Okay, what you want to ask me then, brother?
So hold on, Ratchet Craig. You have been corrected. You've been corrected. Trump has done something great for black people.
No. You think that's correct, or that's just something that we got over sentenced for, right? We ain't do nothing. That is not nothing for black people, right? That's just some niggas that was in jail that committed a crime. That he said, okay, you get out early, nigga. You get out early, nigga. Niggas who committed a crime, bro.
Stephen Fetching, stop that. Stop disrespecting black people who be locked up for no reason.
Nigga, I was locked up, nigga. I'm a convicted felon, nigga. I ain't know not to commit no crime no more. I was locked up. I didn't want to be locked up. You had some niggas over here who did some crimes, okay? Instead of getting fucking 15 years for fucking robbing the old lady, now they got 10 years, okay?
Oh, so that's
they
what
got
you
10
did.
years,
That's why
okay?
you keep you robbed the old lady.
Okay, thanks.
Who did you rob, brother?
I robbed a white person.
Was she
They called the police on me. And I got locked up, even though they knew he was selling drugs in Mississippi, a Republican state, nigga.
Was she old?
He didn't get locked up, even though he was a drug dealer, white boy.
Yeah. What,
The
what,
first time I ever tried to rob a
oh
white
my
boy.
God. Listen, brother. Was your victim old?
Now my victim was you about the same age I was at the time. He was in his younger 20s. I was 21.
You said he
I'm
was, I
40.
thought you
I'm
said you
42.
robbed a
Tomorrow.
white lady. You said you
No,
robbed
I
a
was
white
saying
lady.
about the old lady. I said just because the nigga got listen cry for knocking out the old lady instead of doing because you got to understand how this go, right? White people probably was doing these side crimes. You know, they go off the title, not per se how violent the crime was. And if you got this side title, they might give a black person 15 years. They probably the max, right? Instead of offering him the 20. It probably was his first time, but he knocked out an old lady. They just knocked it down to 10 years. He already did the 10 years. You know what I'm saying? They went on and let him out. They went on and let him out.
So my question to you is this: should we be advocating for the Second Step Act, which is going to even push prison reform to the next level and start taking care of people who've already did their bid and making sure that they come back to society and become successful in society, right? And amalgamate well by not having jobs punishing them for being felons. They already did their term. Why are you still? Why are you not hiring them? Why are you holding it over their head? The Second Step Act is going to address that. That's going to help people, bro.
I'm from Memphis, right? This is why I tell y'all, right? Like, I don't understand it. I know black politicians, black people who hurt each other and help each other, right? And yeah, we've been had a second chance program, and even people with multiple chance programs, right? Who got multiple felonies, if they write a waiver for federal companies like FedEx, they can still work. They just got to sign a waiver. And we've been having that since '98 when a black mayor did it. '98. It's 2020, and we capping for this motherfucker who, what's his name?
He's gonna make
black people put
he gonna make it nationwide,
right?
But Ratchet Craig, he gonna make it nationwide though. You talking about your local politics?
Yeah. I thought we supposed to be taking up for black people, and we want black people and politicians and doing stuff for black people, right?
We do.
Yeah. That's what they said. We don't want no white savior for nationwide shit, right? It ain't my fault that you want to stay about a bunch of crackers and be paranoid all day. I don't like white people like that. You do. You capping for Trump. But go ahead. And a Republican, Trump. You know what I mean? And he's like the worst Republican. But on my show, I will show you how the black Republicans don't like his punk ass.
This brother. That's cool.
Don't like his fucking ass, and they just know we Democrats and we just dumb. You know what I mean? Nigga, we know that he racist
but if you don't give us an alternative,
he advocate, he
then we
holds
have
shit
no
over your
other
head.
choice. If you don't give us an alternative, then we have no other choice but to go with
But what choice? Okay, I'll give you that one on the criminals getting out early. Okay, damn right. I'll give you that the black criminals getting out early. But what have he done that these the motherfucking lowest fruit of our people? They're gonna get out and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna commit another fucking crime.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. That's why we need the social reentry program to be passed, which is the Second Step Act, which helps these people actually get rehabilitated and actually be able to come back into society. And not go
hey, but check this out. Yeah, and I'm glad you said that though, Joshua, because when I was in Memphis, right, we had the second prayer program because I was a part of it, right? When I got out of the penitentiary. You had the black people, Christians, and stuff like that who didn't have no charge, and we would get better jobs than them. Believe it or not. We working for Memphis like gas and water, these high tech jobs, man. Like we started off at of course entry level, but we had the opportunity to advance. Man, you know how many black people didn't like that said, man, these motherfuckers are criminals. I don't have the same opportunity like that. You know what I'm saying?
Why
I
would
don't have the same
that person
opportunity
get
like that.
that a criminal is no longer engaging in that lifestyle and actually correcting his behavior and working now? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because some people say I ain't never did no fucking crime. So I put in for these same jobs, I get denied. These niggas go through a program and get automatically hired based off socialism, right? It was socialism. I got all the some great jobs, bro. Like the best job I had was through the second chance program. I fucked around, wasn't going to the beach though. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got fired for the job. But I wasn't going to second grade. I just was trying to cap for the job, and it was like it was a tip to hire, but shit, I would get paid. I got all the benefits, but if I would have got hired, I would have got way more money. And so I said, but you had the people saying, and they got rid of that mayor based off that.
All right, my bad. My computer crashed. I'm trying to keep the show
Yeah,
alive. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it back up. You can hear me though, right?
yeah. Well, I can hear you. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is the dilemma that we dealing with our own people. Like niggas gonna put any program out there. Like I was telling you about the 2-year college. Man, that shit is well known in business. Do you think that kids want to go to a 2-year free college and then you could get into the free business loan? If you go through that program to get a $10,000 loan for business to open up your own business, for people already know about it, want to do it.
Well, maybe we should advocate that and push that to the forefront. We're not worried about low hanging fruit, but we worry about people that's going to change and actually be productive. I always say that.
Bruh, anything that's considered a tax cut, man, it's an American culture thing, bruh. Because people made tax cuts for people to do more business, people actually did not do more business. There's no evidence that because you cut the taxes, all of a sudden people gonna be more interesting in doing the business. It's the motivation of the people, man. It's the
Okay,
motivation of the people.
okay,
If
but
you,
if you have all the motivation in the world and no funding, that motivation ain't gonna do you worth any. It ain't gonna be worth anything, bro. They ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Bruh, people who want to do business go do business, bro. They don't look for no damn excuse to president to cut taxes and give this. They gonna take debt and everything and still be successful. And some people fail and try again. Let's do the black people I know. Now, just cause a nigga, one little motherfucker show a shiny kind of platinum play, and we don't know, it's not very detailed, it's very vague and ambiguous. We don't know that ambiguous, right? We don't know that a person go actually join up and say, "Ooh, this is ain't nobody." You know what I'm saying? It's just the motivation of the people. It's the culture of what we do. I don't think none of these presidents can save us unless they didn't put a chick in our hand. And maybe a chick in our hand might help a free people out. It might help about 10% of people out more. But you had to put in 100% of people's hands. It might help 10%. We might get a 10% people say, "Ooh, man, I got this money, man. I'm going to capitalize." But I don't see that. I don't see no other. Y'all can say I down black people all you want, and I'm not rolling with that. That's how y'all feel because y'all had this false narrative about black people. Yeah, y'all like to blame the white man for every step you make. You woke up this morning on the wrong side of the bed. The white man, white supremacy. It's y'all.
think maybe Yashu computer probably crashed on us. I think his computer crashed.
Yeah, I think that was God. I think that was God. Joe Biden did that shit.
I said Joe Biden did it.
Yeah, God, Joe Biden did it, man. He right here for every fucking thing. Why black people don't do shit.
Yeah, I kind of feel what you're saying. Do kind of have to work on the people, but the thing is, just being pressed for time, and we figure somebody's gonna be voting. You know what I mean? People are gonna be voting regardless.
Yeah, people gonna vote regardless.
Yeah,
Is that what I'm saying? Like just cause Trump came up with this plan a week ago. Just cause Biden came up with the plan 2 days ago, we gonna say that Joe Biden did something wrong.
Hey, I left and we lost all our viewers, Ratchet Craig. What did you do, man?
That was Joe Biden did that.
Nah, my computer glitched, froze. I had no control no more. Trump, you
Nigga,
working
I
for
knocked you off your IP
the
address, nigga.
Yeah, man, you working for the government, nigga.
Yeah.
The
Shit, I
Rosicrucians.
need to. Nigga, that would sound like a good ass job to me.
You trying to stop the redistribution of wealth to the black community. Go ahead and bring it out.
I'm trying to stop the big black messiah of Hoover. Of Hoover, I'm trying to stop the big black messiah.
Yeah, you Hoover, nigga. You Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover trying to stop the next messiah to come up. But I'm back though, man.
Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you rock out.
We got two options coming up November 3rd. Biden or Trump. It's in the topic. Which one is better for black people?
Hold on right quick before you go in. So you giving us the black and white family.
Okay. Give me what's the alternative between those two. Because you ain't voting for the Green Party. You ain't voting for the Libertarian Party.
It don't matter who become president. It's always the local level. And what city you stay in. It's a cultural war.
But what's the most powerful branch of government?
I mean, we already know that it's the president, but they don't make too much players. The city still run shit. The governor still run shit. They sovereignty.
The executive branch is the most powerful.
Yeah, but the state is still sovereignty, the mayor is still sovereignty in the state.
Hey, Mike For Real said, okay, back to the Biden plan. Whose show is this? Now that's Ratchet Craig, man. He come in, you know what I'm saying? He got hired by the government to take down my show tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I took that offer easy. I said, nigga, what? Nigga, you ain't got to pay me, nigga. And Josh Hughes, nigga, I'm taking him out.
Hey, listen, though. I'm not giving you the black and white fallacy. There's only two goddamn options. So which one is better for black people right now? Trump or Biden? Pick one.
Man, I'm for the hood, man. Nigga who run the guy the best, that's always who pick. Nigga who guy tight. Nigga who can sell you a motherfucker a refrigerator in Alaska, nigga. I'm going for hell. Nigga, you know how many VCRs I bought back in the day, nigga, with bricks in them? I'm going for that one.
Look on the stream. Mike For Real said Biden is better for black people. Hey, Mike For Real, get on the show and explain to us how Biden is better for black people. How is sexual reassignment surgery better for black people? Because that's what he's going to push. How is getting rid of fracking better for black people? Fracking has opened up a lot of employment opportunities for black people, also other people as well, but black people have benefited off that as well. Because where the fracking, we were talking about that before we got on live, where those fracking stations are located, right?
In 2019, actually, black employment went down, but you know what I'm saying, his first 2 years, it was going up already of economy that was going up anyway for black people.
Man, see,
Yeah,
look,
capitalized. He took it. That's what they do, nigga. Nigga, that was Judy. What's it name? Judy. What's it? Mayor of New York did when crime was going down, and then we got in office. He said he did it all. The nigga who rolled with Trump, the Judy guy, the mayor, he did that too. So I'm used to the Republican taking credit. All the credit.
Chris, I understand this, brother. Now he a Democrat. That's the problem. He's a Democrat, and he sold on Biden. That's what he is, man. This brother just don't want to say it.
Who is that?
Oh, Ratchet Craig.
I ain't no Democrat. I just don't trust man one of these motherfuckers.
Nah, you trust Biden, man. Don't do that.
I just don't want y'all cap hard for like y'all say all the anti-Biden shit. I ain't never seen y'all say no anti-Trump shit. Never.
Well, we comparing them.
I would say anti both of them.
We just saying what's better.
We comparing the information, but we haven't even gotten to Trump yet.
You know why we haven't got for Trump yet?
Y'all gonna go out there damn platinum playing. The nigga just showing y'all a shine and call the platinum playing.
We brought up the First Step Act, and that helped black people. Can you give me your counter offer from Biden? Because Biden known for locking up black people. Trump passed a historic act that released black people.
Biden was the one who did the minimum. Obama was the one who did the minimum citizens. That Trump could let people out because they already did 10 years instead of 15. They still need the fucking crime. They still gonna do 10 years.
Yeah, but I think Biden did that because he was feeling sorry because he had already locked them up.
No, he did that in the Obama. He did that in the Obama era, though. It don't matter what you feel. It don't matter what you feel. He did it.
All right, we can go with the facts here.
He did it.
We can go with the facts here. First Step Act, Opportunity Zone. What's the third one? The money allocated to the HBCUs. You see, he ran his ass up out of here when we started bringing up facts. That's why I'm saying it's better for black people.
Where's the Biden guy at? Let's get him in here so we can see.
Hey, Mike, for real, man. Come on, man.
Say about Biden.
Mike, for real.
He might have some good points.
Let me give him a link. You know what I'm saying? The brother got upset when Ratchet Craig started talking. Said he took over the show. That's our brother Ratchet Craig. I let him get it all out so I could bust his head open. All right, there's a link right there, bro. Go ahead and jump in when you're ready. But we've been on about 2.5 hours. We ain't gonna be on this too long. I gotta go work in the morning. Like I said, us working men, we ain't gonna vote for more taxes. We ain't gonna vote for no sexual reassignment, change, and all that other weird stuff these Democrats are advocating for. Because we understand that that's gonna come out of our pocket, out of the taxpayers' pocket, for some silly, frivolous bullshit that these Democrats are advocating.
That's gonna come out of your family. If they talk about no nuclear relationships and all this other stuff, like what the hell?
While we wait on him, let's pull it up.
Right, you need to read that. All that silliness.
Hold on, let me. I want to pull up Biden. What is the administration going to do about sexual reassignment? To see if you Negroes are in agreement with it.
Some of them might want their 3- and 5-year-old running around talking about they want to change their body parts. Because the man going to tell them that's freedom. You know, you want freedom.
Right.
Freedom is.
Oh, there he is. There's a brother right there. What's going on, brother?
Good, right?
What's up, brothers?
This
Not
brother
much.
said Biden is better for black people.
Exactly. I don't trust Trump. He's from New York. They sell you a dream, and they don't necessarily keep that dream.
So Biden is better because
Well, let's go back to fracking. You mentioned that Trump is for fracking, but he's doing it in a way that he's taking away the necessary guidelines for it to be safe for everyone. Biden's for fracking, just do it safe with safety measures. That's all. That's a different.
but Biden is
Trump
on
is the loose
camera.
cannon.
Kamala Harris is on camera saying they want to ban fracking. They want to ban it, a nationwide ban.
You got some information on that fracking? You say that they want to keep it, but just maybe regulate it better so it's
Correct.
safer. Yeah. Where do we find this?
All right, I'm looking at
'Cause that don't sound too bad. I mean,
USAtoday.com.
you said
Says
what
right
is
here,
it?
Biden's Western has a lengthy description, which is called Yo's Plans for Clean Energy Revolution and Environmental Justice. So she could have misspoke. Maybe she meant that they want to ban any fracking that's not regulated.
Man, that ain't what she said, bro. I'm gonna
What
try
did
to
she
get
say?
the footage, bro. Hold on.
All right.
Oh, here you go.
My family lives in Western Pennsylvania.
Wait, can y'all hear that? Let me share my
I'm
screen.
here.
17-second clip. Ain't long. Bear with me. Y'all see that?
My family lives in Western Pennsylvania, where fracked gas wells have become a common sight. Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office? There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah.
All right.
Brother.
All right. First of all, that was just a clip that didn't explain the whole answer.
Well, give us the whole footage.
Right?
Give us the whole footage.
No, I don't have it. But
okay, so how are you gonna say that?
Because you can tell, man.
We evidence-based.
We evidence-based long enough.
Give us the whole footage.
Listen. Let's take just for time's sake. I'm going to give you that one, but I'm also going to give you an explanation, right? From USA Today. I'm going to read it to you. It says right here. The claim that Joe Biden wants to eliminate fracking is false because it ignores his publicly stated opposition to such a ban. For it is true that Biden has said he wants to stop new permits for fracking. Further, while the post contains job loss potential supported by the study, I'm not going to read the rest, but basically, I'm just giving you another situation where they're saying that we want to stop new permits for fracking. That I need to find out why, but what's already on the table, they ain't trying to take away.
They're going to stop new permits for fracking. So, all right, let's go back to the footage because we, politicians lie. So I just want to go and use their words against them. And this is in that debate she lied.
Can you go to a longer? I want to see the full content, the whole answer.
Yeah, I want to see that too. But let's watch this real quick. I just want to see this real quick, man. Hold on.
Energy policies were also a hot topic, one of them being fracking, which means obtaining oil and natural gas by shooting jets of water, chemicals, and sand into the earth.
During last night's debate, Senator Kamala Harris indicated that Vice President Biden would not put an end to fracking if he were elected president.
Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That is a fact. That is a fact.
However, that statement doesn't match up with what she or Joe Biden have previously said.
Let's go.
Check out these videos that have resurfaced from last year when both Harris and Biden
This
said
was last year. See, this is what I'm talking
Hold on,
about.
stop. Hold
Oh,
on.
man. Okay, ahead, man.
Banning fracking. So yeah, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point,
She has a history of working on this issue.
we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities.
But kiddo, I want you to just take a look. You don't have to agree, but I want you to look in my eyes. I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel.
Somebody lied.
So again, the vice presidential candidates will not meet again to debate the rest of the election campaign. It was a one and only.
Yeah, this is funny because we know as men, it depends on the situation. If I'm in front of a bunch of American Indians and
come on, Mike, keep it real. I'm your brother. Keep it real, man. They lied.
Come on, man. Don't do that now.
At the end of the day, I'm independent, bro. I don't really trust any of these white folks. I don't trust them. I just trust Trump.
Come on, bro.
There it is. There it is.
These people lied to you blatantly.
Both parties be lying, bro. I want to build the wall. Mexico won't pay for it.
Hey,
I agree.
Come on,
I
man.
agree. Both parties do lie.
Hey, but
Both
like
parties
that
do
though,
lie.
you say it on a debate to make yourself sound good, but you on camera saying that you're gonna ban fracking.
Again, listen. Let's go to the next. What's the next topic, bro? we just going to disagree on that.
Okay, you said Biden's better for us. How is supporting sexual reassignment surgery and making taxpayers pay for sexual reassignment surgery better for black people?
Next subject, bro. I ain't gonna discuss that subject.
No, bro. You said Biden better for
okay,
us, man.
Since you gonna push it, I'm gonna answer.
Hold on, time out, because we need to get this for the record now. For or against?
I ain't for that. That's stupid.
Sound like you ain't supporting Biden.
Okay.
Okay.
You 0-2, bro.
All right,
Well,
what's
the next one? What's the next one then?
What's the next one on Biden? He got to provide me something positive from Biden's administration to help black people.
All right, I'm gonna go to his site right now. Give me a second. I had it, but I lost it. I'm gonna go to his website because I wasn't even on his website. We talking about for black people. We ain't talking about for everybody.
Right. While you getting that website, I'm going to inform the audience that Kamala was a prosecutor, and Biden is famous for 2 crime bills, not one, 94 and 86, and they put a lot of work in to lock y'all black asses up. So.
Yeah, but again, we talking about the Republicans also had a part in that, so that's
fine. That's fine. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm just laying the facts out there. Who we should vote for? Which one better? You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of stuff on their jacket. Kamala was forcing people to stay in jail after they release, just to get prison labor out of them. Kamala,
they're not perfect. That was done too. They're not perfect.
Oh, we can't just say perfect. That's devilish. Hold on. She also said.
All right, so Trump, hold on. Now we gonna go back to people's past. How about Trump didn't want to let black people into his houses? How about Trump not paying taxes that he should have paid for all Americans? How about Trump wanting to put 5 innocent black boys in prison, even when the evidence came out that they were not guilty?
Right.
He personally wanted to do that. He didn't even have. He wasn't a prosecutor. He wasn't a lawyer.
Here's the difference.
That's even worse.
That's the difference. He wasn't. All that was commentary. That was commentary. Kamala Harris
saying anything.
Kamala Harris was trying to get black innocent men put to death on death row, even after evidence exonerated them. She actually was doing these things. She wasn't just making commentary. She was getting these things done and enforcing them.
That was a job, right?
Crystal, you hear that? It was her job, so she excused.
I'm
She
saying,
doing her
listen,
job.
at
She
the
just
end of
doing
the day, her job is to be a prosecutor. And you know what it is sometimes too? That
Is it her job
sometimes a lot of people, now
is
let
it
me
her
say this,
job to
right? Let
administer
me say, you let
justice?
the other brother speak for like 20 minutes. We both know that a lot of people in power, sometimes they go beyond because they just want to show that, hey, I'm not showing favoritism to anybody. So sometimes they do things that they don't have to do, but they feel they have to do. So they just to show that they strong, they stand for justice, and they don't want to seem weak. And that's a problem with a lot of people of color. Now, for her, she's not all 100% black because you know her mix and her background. But at the same time, we just seen her brother renege on black people when it came to Breonna Taylor. And he was a black brother, a prosecutor. You know what I'm saying? Now he's looking at like, yo, you know, you turn our backs on the black community when it came to Breonna Taylor. So at the end of the day, I understand that you're right. I don't really give them a pass, but if I got to deal with a man that's pushing for militias and white supremacy to ready to attack black people, if he doesn't get reelected, I can't go for that person. That's what I'm saying.
So if that, let's listen to the logic. He's got white supremacy in a militia that is going to attack black people. First of all, you got to prove that. Secondly, if that's the case, why would you vote for the person that would enact that? You would vote for Biden and then make these racial groups and militias attack black people, according to you. I'm just using your logic, bro. It's self-defeating.
No, maybe you misunderstood me. In the
He said if he
debate,
don't
when they
get
asked him
reelected.
to denounce white supremacist groups like the Proud Boys, any white nationalist groups, he first acted like he didn't know what people was talking about. Then he said, stand back, stand down.
Trump condemned them. Hold on. Y'all doing this Fox
Proud
News
Boys.
stuff.
Wait,
Proud,
he condemned it.
Proud Boys joined with Black Lives Matter.
Come on, bro.
Proud Boys joined with Black Lives Matter.
That is
But
true.
it's all a part of the same system. I mean, the way I see it. But
All I'm saying, bro, if I gotta pick a white supremacist to be over America, I'd rather deal with the white supremacist that's allowing blacks and people of color into his administration versus a Trump that didn't hire any black person but Carson and gave him a job that he doesn't even align with, and he's firing people left and right, and people's coming out of his administration talking about this man is dangerous. I can't trust a man that once you get fired, they're talking about I seen the light. This guy's dangerous for America. How many people came out of the Biden or Obama administration talking about they dangerous for America? And you still want me to vote for Trump?
Man, I'm voting for black economic growth and empowerment. Now,
I'm
Trump,
voting for that too, but what I'm saying
you understand how is Biden black empowerment?
Not because, oh, that's true. I'm voting for that too. So Trump idea of black empowerment is let me give this $500 billion to the banks and let them distribute out to minorities and black entrepreneurs and all that stuff. But he's not ensuring that they're gonna do that, because at the end of the day, a lot of the acts that Trump is doing is like you got to go through white people to get to the money.
Of course, white people run the government. So if it's a government program, you got to go through the people that run the government. These arguments are so fallacious. It's like, come on, man, come better.
All right. I'm going to read this to you real quick from the Biden website, right? This is what they wrote, right? Which makes sense, right? Now, they wrote here in bold letters, advance the economic mobility of African Americans and close the racial wealth and income gaps.
We already argued against it. Before you was on here, we argued against that because Biden has already came out in the open and not committed to doing any black reparations. He said he will study the issue. He's not doing any black reparations.
Okay,
So
so
it's like
now,
contradictory. It's very contradictory. That's why we shouldn't
but
trust.
see, that's semantics, because reparations is talking about ADOS. He's talking about something directly is going to people that has ancestries in slavery. This is talking about ensuring, I'm going to read it from the site, ensuring equal access to credit and capital. African-American businesses often lack the capital they need to succeed. African-American businesses are rejected at a rate nearly 20% higher than white-owned firms. And this is what was happening in these zones that the Trump administration would say, oh, we're going to put money into these economic zones for black businesses. But then when we went to get that money, it's like, okay, you guys is lacking credit and all kinds of things. So we wasn't getting a lot of that money. So it sounds good in the beginning.
So you have to build your credit up. All I hear is we got to build our credit up and get our shit together in order to get these funds allocated to us. That's just like with anything. You want a home loan, you got to get your credit right. Right?
So, all right, that's true. But this is what it says right here, right? So it says right here, African-American businesses that do get funding receive only 40% of the funds requested as compared to 70% of white businesses. So now Trump did not fix that. Trump don't care about that. He just cares about, let me show them something on paper or sign my name on something, like when he said, I want my name to be signed on the money you're going to give out to Americans because he looks good. But when you go to the devil's in the detail, you find out that, oh, okay, 70% of white businesses getting the majority of this money, but only 40% of the money is going to black businesses. So they talking about, we want to stop that kind of funding and make it equal for blacks. So that's why I'm trust Biden, because like I said, I'm from New York. I know about scam artists. I know about people that do real estate. Like I told you, I bought a home in New York. I sold a home in New York, bought a home in Jersey, ran into some problems. It is what it is. It's part of the risk in real estate. But this man got bailed out by his pops on his failed businesses because all he knows is to put his name on something, but he's not a real businessman. He's just a scam artist. He knows how to sell you a dream. He's a good marketer. He sounds good, but behind the scene, it's not what it seems. So now, at least with Biden and Harris, I feel like we could hold them accountable for their words, and we could even push it even more. Because they know that this is their last time. If they don't do right by black people this time around, it is over.
This should have been the last time.
This is the last time.
The last time should have been the last time.
It should have been, but we fell asleep because Obama, he looked good, he sounds good, he was talking the good talk, and he was pushing, and you can't deny that healthcare for all, or the healthcare bill was good. I mean, my daughter was able to extend her health insurance because of that bill. Before, once you became like 21, that's it, you're on your own. But now you could go to college and still be under your parents' healthcare plan. And once she got off, she was able to get her own plan so I can't deny that healthcare program was good, but they dropped the ball in many other things. But that doesn't mean that we gotta just throw out the Democratic Party. They still give us the best chance to go in and put in our agenda. With the Republican Party, I feel like we have no chance of getting our agendas through. With the Democrats, we have a chance because we already have people that we have alliance with, like the Cory Bookers and the AOCs.
Whoa! Were you on here when we read about the Senator Brown and what he said, that we fought for all the Democratic causes, including LGBTQ and the sexual reassignment stuff? And in California, what they're doing now is if you're 10 years older than the child, you're not going to be registered as a sexual offender. We fought for all that goofy ass, weird, wicked stuff, and we still ain't got a dime out of it, out the deal. You understand that, man?
I totally understand. And like I said, it's a foreign process. Like LGBT stuff to me is all stupid because again, anything that deals with a small group of people that they could easily like do is just for like scoring points. It doesn't really. We talk about the majority of people like that like LGBT. There's black people in that. Oh, they're part of us. So I don't even know why they messed around with that stupidness. But what I'm talking about is who do I trust or who should black people trust? Should we trust the Republican Party or should we trust the Democratic Party? The way they are moving, I'm saying this is not the old. We got to get rid of the old crackers. I'm talking about the new young people that's like, we not down with that old stuff.
Okay, what about immigration? Hold on real quick. What about the immigration policies of Biden, which is going to allow these illegal immigrants to come in and continue to take jobs and employment away from Black Americans? That's directly affecting Black Americans.
Here's the truth about that. As a person that went into real estate, all right, I have more access to Spanish folks ready to work on my houses. There was not enough black folks around to hire.
No, illegal immigrants, brother. Illegal immigrants.
Now, I didn't check to see if there was legal, bro. I just be honest with you. They wasn't on the books. So it was like, who do you trust? The one brother was a Jamaican brother.
This guy.
We hired him.
Chris Rose, yeah, this guy's hilarious.
We hired this Jamaican brother, and he's like milking the clock. He's not working as hard as the Mexican people. I'm like, yo, bro, you fan. Why you milking the clock? Nah, you don't understand this, and that. I gotta work here. Like, come on, man. So
like
sometimes it's case by case. I'm not saying that all black are gonna work like that because I was putting in work, and we had another young brother that was black. He was putting in work too, and he was real loyal to us. But what I'm saying is that this thinking that immigrants gonna take over jobs from black people, I don't buy that because we are more educated than the immigrants. You're not gonna see immigrants taking away jobs from lawyers and jobs from people with trades and stuff like that. They're coming in taking like the lesser jobs, like the jobs that you don't need no trade. You know what I'm saying? All right. You can have those jobs. A lot of blacks ain't trying to work for blacks.
Yeah, but they also be taking away voting privileges too. Well, not really voting privileges, but they add numbers to the table.
All right, so
they already 40,
listen,
44
I'm
million
against it. Like when Obama was deporting all those immigrants, I was for that. I was like, that's more jobs for black folks. We need to get into ISIS and deport all the people so they could get it right. Because I don't believe that. But you know what, bro? We forgetting that COVID, because of COVID, ain't gonna be that much people coming to America, bro. So we gotta understand that too. COVID is changing the game. So we talking about like this, we still back in 19.
So we got to rely on COVID to correct the issues that Biden want to allow. We got to rely on a virus. You see how this is crazy? We got to rely on a virus.
Bro, it's reality.
Because immigration. Hold on, immigration drive down wages. Hold on, these are facts.
That's
legal
true.
Immigration drive down wages.
True.
It drops the employment, right?
True.
And the biggest group that's being affected by illegal immigration is the African American ethnic group.
True.
And you have a president that is pretty much rallying for this illegal immigration, man, and supporting. Yes, because they're going to make us pay tax dollars. Hold on, they're going to use our tax dollars to give illegal immigrants health care.
And that's creating jobs for nurses, for the people that keep the hospitals clean. That's, to me, that's not affecting the bottom line. Giving healthcare to immigrants, you know. So what we want? So what happens when they catch COVID? They're just gonna be in the streets and die?
No, they got to go back to their country that they're from, and their country has to handle that, not the taxpayers here.
So we need more blacks in ISIS to round up these immigrants to send them back to their country. So that's more jobs for black folks. We need to join ISIS, and we need to go around and check people's papers and send them back. So is Biden stopping that?
Listen, let me tell you something. Everything we named about Biden is pretty much negative for black people at this point. Now, let's go to abortion.
Because you love Trump, brother.
Let's go to everything. You agree. You agree that illegal immigration puts a downward pressure on wages. You agree to that. And you damn sure didn't want to talk about the SRS thing, sexual reassignment surgery, that Biden is pro sexual reassignment surgery. And he's saying that it's necessary. So he's treating sexual reassignment surgery, getting your penis chopped off and make it into a vagina, like it's a kidney transplant or something. He said it's necessary. It's going to be covered by Obamacare. So guess what? Taxpayers are going to have to foot the bill. Okay.
And that's why we need to tax the wealthy, the people over 500,000K.
Nobody should be getting taxed for sexual reassignment surgery because
legal castration.
Right. Because you woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm not a man anymore. I want to be a woman."
How much money is that going to cost out of tax dollars, brother?
Brother, it don't matter how much money it is. We shouldn't have to spend $1 on it.
But it's not going to help all the black doctors that do that surgery. It's not helping the black people.
I cannot believe this, brother.
The point is, it's not going to help black men. It's not going to promote black family. It's not going to promote healthy
how is that not going to help black structure? How is that not going to help black family?
How is chopping off your penis not going to help black family? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Is this man for real?
Yeah, because are you saying that because they're chopping off their penises, they won't be able to make kids? Is that your point?
Bruh.
I think you're being punked, Christo.
No, what I'm saying is that's just a small number of issues. You got a lot of, listen, I'm not for
castration
LGBT.
Is fine.
Listen, I'm for black and women getting married, but at the end of the day, we can't stop what some individuals choose to do with their body. That's their business. As far as families, if they out there adopting kids,
we don't promote such things. We don't promote castration. Black people don't typically promote that type of stuff.
Voting for Biden is not saying you promoting that. You vote for Biden for the issue that you like. Yeah, he's doing. The issues that you don't like, you don't have to worry about that.
But everything that we did so far.
Time out. So let me just understand this. You saying that if we vote for Biden, we not voting for the castration?
We're not. We voting for the things that we like. Listen, when you're dealing with a company, you may not like anything about that company.
When Biden becomes president and he puts forth his proposal, and that's in the proposal, we're not voting for that?
Because we want him as a president. What he does after the fact, if he wants us to vote on it, as it's giving us a chance to say yes or no, that's one thing. But again, you basically saying don't vote for this man because he's for taxpayers paying for surgical removal of your penis.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was asking a question. If we voted for Biden, that means that we're voting for the castration, right? Or no?
I would say no.
Brother.
Okay.
You voting for the Biden administration, you getting everything that come along with it.
Exactly.
Come on, bro.
Oh, so you being technical? Technically, yes.
What you mean?
If you want to be technical, yes.
Okay.
So you vote. You know everything we named. You either dismiss or agree that it was negative. Now then we're gonna move on to the next one. Biden is pro-abortion, even after birth. They got late abortions now. You could terminate the pregnancy after the child is born. Is that good for black people?
It depends on the black person.
I'm gonna tell you right now, flat out, I'm not gonna play no games. Abortion is not good for black people. It has decimated our population. Decimated our children.
All right, let me tell you my point when it comes to abortion, right? If a woman is raped by her father, she gets pregnant, and she doesn't want to carry that baby, I understand. I don't like the fact that you're going to wait after 3 months to do the abortion. I'm not even for that. I don't like the fact that Biden's for that. But I hate the more that they make this into a leak into a political discussion because it should be case by case scenario. I believe that if a baby could live outside of the womb, then instead of an abortion, they should go ahead and induce labor. But the question is, are we going to force babies into the hands of parents that necessarily ain't going to be good parents? Or until we build something better than abortion? I say, you know what? It's a sensitive issue. It should not be part of politics. But to make it part of politics, just so we could have conversations as to who should we vote for. You think the Republicans care about abortion? No. But they know there's a lot of Americans that do. So they're going to be opposite the Democrats because they could win votes from it. But what really messed up black families are the people that are having sex without protection, that's making babies and don't want to keep it. They're the ones that's really messing up black families.
Or maybe people are having sex unprotected because they feel like, well, it don't matter if you get pregnant anyway. You just go get an abortion. It's inconsequential now. You just go get an abortion now. So
you saying that once we make abortions illegal, people will have safer sex?
They don't have that avenue anymore.
That was the same attitude when they said with the crime bill. If we make the crime bill tougher, people will stop committing crime and stop.
It's a false equivocation.
You best to believe that sex, not being able to have abortion is not going to stop sex because you still have the morning after pill. Like I said, I'm against having an abortion after term, after like 4 months.
Right. That's what they're advocating. That's what the president that you want to vote for is advocating. They're saying even after they deliver the baby, they can kill the damn baby now. And who is this disproportionately affecting? The black community. So how is he good for the black community again? Everything we name is negative.
I disagree, bro, because
how can you
what's worse for a child to be left abandoned or for a child to be terminated? What's worse?
Wait a minute, hold on. Are you saying that killing the child is better? Because we're not even going to throw abandonment out there. We have social services for that. You don't just abandon the child. The child ain't going to be lost in the woods and get ate by a bear or something, man. Come on, man.
So you're going to tell me that there's not going to be some crazy people having kids and just leaving them in the woods just like that?
Come on, Mike. Stop it. Stop it.
Listen, I'm talking about extreme cases.
Okay, that's only less than 1% of the cases are going to fall under that.
Let's move on.
Well, we all agree that abortion has had a negative effect on black people, and Biden is pro-abortion.
I would say that the system has a negative effect on black people because they're the one that's doing the damn abortion.
Of course, because they're the ones targeted. All the Planned Parenthood is aware. In the hood. They're purposely advertising that towards our people.
Poverty.
That's why Hillary
Poverty is the
Clinton,
reason
that's why
why
Hillary
most
Clinton
people do
said what?
that Planned Parenthood. It's poverty. That's the main reason.
Hold on, listen. Margaret Sanger is the hero of Hillary Clinton. That's what she said.
We know that, brother. We know about her.
Okay, then that's the same people that advocate this. These
But
Democrats
nobody's forcing sisters to do abortion. That still falls on the sisters.
they coercing them into doing it.
Have abortions.
They coercing them into doing it, and they're making it
No,
legal.
they're not coercing.
They're
It's
making it legal. Are you a Bible believer?
Yes.
Does not the Bible say, "Woe to him that maketh evil through a law" in the book of Psalms?
Then the Bible also spoke about one of the punishments to Israel was that if they don't abide by the Lord, he was going to make their enemies, destroy them, even the babies in their wombs.
I'm glad you said that. That shows that is a wicked act. Thank you.
Right.
That's
so
bad for black people. That's bad for black people. Thank you, brother.
My point is this, bro. At the end of the day, what's worse? Planned Parenthood or the sisters that's having these abortions? Nobody's putting a gun to their head to have these abortions. At the end of the day, no one's forcing them to have abortions, bro.
Abortions are going to go out, spread like wildfire in the black community once it's legalized, where even after they have the child, they can terminate it.
And it's still
that's going to encourage the negative behavior in our community, brother. I wish I had a gavel.
I understand. Listen, I agree that if you remove Planned Parenthood and make it legal, it would have a strong effect for them not to do it, because even when they want to, now they have to face that, listen, I guess I got to do it with my own hands, but it's easy to have someone do it for you. I get all that. But what I'm saying is, by us focusing on Planned Parenthood and not focusing on the actual people and put the guilt on them and pushing them not to do it, we're missing the point. But I could agree with you on that. I'm not going to fight you on that, because, again, some of these issues are like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I just believe that we're living in a society that gives people the freedom to choose certain things. And even though we don't like some of them choices that they do, you know what I'm saying? We got to look at the whole entire community. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Abortion is not
when they
as bad.
when they use the word freedom.
It's not as bad as black people are making it.
Whoa. It's not as bad as black people are making it. What do you mean? It's affecting us the most. It's killing our numbers, man. Destroying
So
our
you saying, okay, so now, you know what will happen? We have more black people. That means more black poverty. That's why we need more poverty.
All right, man, this is insane. All right, so this brother Slick advocating for.
We should stop making black people. In other words, is that
wow.
We should not pay. We cannot pay black people responsibly. That's what I'm advocating.
No, you advocate you pro-abortion, man.
I'm pro-abortion if you don't know how to take care of black people. Have it as soon as you feel you pregnant, that first week, take that pill and try not to do it again. That's what I'm for.
All right, so this guy obviously just proved my point for me. Like you just showed this last segment of the show have shown that Biden's policies is not beneficial to the black community. We don't need to be paying for no SRS, no sexual reassignment surgery. We shouldn't be forced to pay for somebody that wants to make a gender change. We shouldn't be forced, and we shouldn't enforce the abortion law which has been disproportionately affecting black people out of all other ethnic groups. That's negative. The fracking thing is negative. Banning fracking is going to collapse the goddamn economy, man. Period. That's negative. Like everything's negative, bro.
Wait. We just said that it's the new permits. He ain't banning all of it.
Brother, everything we just went through is negative that Biden is supporting. The illegal immigration is negative. and adversely detrimental to the black community, brother. Come on, bro. Get with the program. And you saying you don't trust Trump, but you trust Biden, and all of his policies is pretty much detrimental to the black community?
No, what I'm saying that I got a better chance with the Democratic Party.
You have a better chance of the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris and Biden. And both in 2016, Biden says he agreed with he still agreed with the crime bill, right? Kamala Harris, a prosecutor that.
So wait, so are you saying that
hold on, brother? Let me finish my spiel.
Go ahead.
Wrongfully convicted black people, held them in there past their sentence because she wanted the damn labor. She wanted the free labor from them. In California, the firefighters, a lot of them firefighters fighting the wildfires as criminals, and she was for all that, man. So these are the people that's supposed to be for black people. Man, get the hell out of here, man. These people are against black people, man. These people are against black people, but you want to tell me you can't trust the man? Hold on, you can't trust the administration and the policy that's open up opportunity zones. The First Step Act, freeing these people that convicted. Hold on,
Biden did that,
right?
Opportunity zones is not new.
Giving funds to the HBCUs. Giving funds to the HBCUs. That's actually pro-life. Trump's administration is pro-life. They're not for abortion. They pro-life.
That's one different. Okay.
So my thing is this: what's one more beneficiary for black people? The answer is obvious for me.
All right, so that's what you're gonna vote for, right? You're gonna vote for Trump.
Trump, man.
All right,
everything we discussed about Biden was very negative and very detrimental to black people.
And let's admit, you do have a bias against Biden too.
Bias against Biden. The proof is in the pudding, brother.
I'm saying because at the end of the day, we didn't really go through what Trump has done now.
I did go through what Trump went through. I brought out that 91% of the people that
why we gotta wait until 2020 to get a platinum plan? How come there was no platinum plan in 2016?
There's one here now.
Okay.
There's one here now. That's all I care about.
All right, you got a point. But what I'm saying is that just like he said, Mexico is going to pay for the wall. Now he's saying you're going to get a platinum plan. He's going to give all that money to the banks, and they're going to do the same thing that they do. You don't qualify to get this money. That's going to happen again. Same thing with the opportunity zones. You know who made money off the opportunity zones? White businesses.
But see, that talking point is not a good talking point because that was the point of the opportunity zone, to bring these businesses in and incentivize those businesses for hiring our people and raising.
But it wasn't. There was hiring.
Raising the GDP and the economic growth of these underdeveloped cities that we overrepresent.
In Jersey, bro, when I was going around to Home Depot and going around buying supplies and just driving around all up and down Jersey, who do I see? I see white contractors with Spanish workers. You know who was hiring black people? Black people was hiring black people. White contractors were not hiring black people. They was hiring Spanish people.
No, we're talking about an opportunity zones in order to get the tax.
Jersey,
listen,
brother. I'm talking about Jersey opportunity zones.
Okay. Listen. If in order to get the tax breaks and incentives, you have to hire the people that's in the opportunity zones, the locals. That's the whole point, to make them more money.
Bro, they wasn't doing that, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because you have a mix. Okay, in Jersey, you got mixed communities. So who was getting the bulk of those jobs? The Spanish folks. And this is talking about mixed communities that we all mix.
No, but majority of these opportunity zones are where?
All I can tell you, that's just my perspective from Jersey. Now, of course, if you have them, if you go to Atlanta and that was working for Atlanta, the kudos. But unfortunately, Atlanta is not the majority of America.
No, we're talking about all throughout America, through these underdeveloped communities. Now, we know there's other ethnic groups there, but majority of them, we overrepresent them. I mean, a huge percentage of that is black people. So trying to funnel funnel funds and jobs to these underdeveloped communities are going to help develop the community where black people live. I don't see no issue in that, man. That's a positive.
I just don't think it was working that they say it was supposed to work. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right, brother. You can have your pro-abortion and pro-SRS and sexual reassignment, LGBTQ president, advocate president. I'm rolling with the black economic empowerment, brother.
So you saying Biden don't have that?
Biden don't have it. You don't have it, man.
I just read it, but okay.
We went over that as vague and ambiguous, and to counter that,
and you know what? I didn't like what you kept saying. It's not specifically saying black people.
It
when
ain't.
The title was the Black Agenda.
Right.
African Americans.
When you read underneath it, he didn't say African Americans.
It didn't have to because it was in the title.
It does have to, because in Trump's platinum plan, he said African American community, the black community. Every line that in every specific
okay. Now we're playing semantics. Got you. Okay.
Semantics is being specific.
Okay.
Because the problem with politics, they'll say we're going to help the minorities. We're going to help race disparages. That's not being specific at all. We want the African Americans to benefit from this. Not every goddamn body.
You wanted it to be written in the sentences, so you
and,
know for sure.
And that's what Trump did. Trump wrote it out.
Like I said, I feel some bias in you and Trump, but it's all good. All right,
you can feel whatever. I'm going off of the evidence, bro. I'm going off of the evidence. I'm going for the okay, because our people been Democrat for how long? 50 plus years, and we ain't got shit from it. So I'm saying
because the Republican Party keep fighting against the Democrats. That's why.
So stop voting for parties. Stop voting for people. Vote for policy. That's my whole point, man. I'm voting for.
I read that in the crime bill, Biden wanted to put in things like you could get your GED while you're in prison, and all kind of good policies in the crime bill that Republicans was like, we ain't for that.
All right, cool.
And they have to leave that out.
Check this out.
The Republicans has always been going against the Democrats when it comes to black issues. So blame the Republicans for not allowing the Democrats to give our people what they need. Because every time they want to tax the rich to give to us, we can't tax them.
Actually, the Democrat Party is representing the rich. The roles have reversed. The roles have reversed, bro.
Nah, bro.
Democrats represent the rich. 9 out of the 10 poorest states in the United States of America is Republican. The roles have reversed. The rich is actually the Democrats now. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Let me let Moo back in here. I'm gonna give y'all about 10, 15 minutes, man. But I'm gonna have to close it down. I gotta go work in the morning. All right, Moo, you back on?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Yeah, bro, I've been listening to you, man, and I think a lot of your I disagree with a lot of your viewpoints and information, because this is a fallacy too that we keep making when we
Brother, you fell out. The Biden administration is not allowing you to get your message out, brother. Hey, brother, if you talking, all right, you good now? Go ahead. Are you talking?
What I was saying, I'm talking right now. Can you hear me? I'm talking right now.
Man, you breaking up now, man. Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, he's breaking. You might have to turn the volume down.
All right, what about now? How I sound now?
All right, go down and see if it doesn't chop
what
up.
About
Go
now?
ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah,
go ahead.
kind of driving through the woods, man. Yeah, but the fallacy that we make when we make statements like that we've been Democrats for this long and it hasn't been doing anything for us is that the presidency has been going back and forth since I think Nixon, or even before Nixon, between Democrat and Republican. So whoever is in charge of the federal government that's in the White House is supposed to do something for Black people as well as the rest of the country. So us voting Democrat shouldn't have nothing to do with our state of existence in this country as far as how wealthy we are and the health of our lives and stuff like that, because both parties are supposed to be doing something for us. So no matter who we vote for, the person that wins is supposed to be doing something for us as well as the whole country. So when we say, oh, you know, we in this position because we Democrats, it don't make no sense at all. Because if the Republicans were better, then Black people would be doing better under their administrations, and that has not been the case.
I agree.
I agree as well. Like I opened up the show saying I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I keep saying I'm not voting.
I hate them both.
Hey, listen, I'm not voting for parties. I'll vote for policy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying our people are, you know, have an allegiance. We have sworn of allegiance with the Democratic Party, and they have shown that they have not performed or did anything for us. So what's the point of voting for that party if we didn't get anything out the deal?
All right.
I keep saying that, brother.
Let me ask you this then. Why do you see, because we oversimplify it and we really insult our people a lot of times. Because when we say that, oh, Black people just vote for Democrats just because they emotional and they've been trained to, we don't even ask ourselves really why. Why do Black people vote for Democrats? Is it because we just dumb and stupid and we see the name Democrat and we got to vote for them? Or do we actually listen to both parties and decide, no, these people are not for us, and these people, not necessarily that we think they are friends, but we are usually always voting for the lesser of two evils. The only election in recent history that Black people voted for and was thinking like, oh, okay, like we fuck with this dude was for Obama, and we was wrong about that. But most of the time, Black people don't vote for Democrats because they love the Democratic Party, because we actually listen. We've been listening to the Republicans tell us forever, kill them niggas and lock them up. So why in the hell would we vote for people who keep openly saying that they hate us, they don't want us to prosper, and this, that, and the third? I listen to them. I've been listening to conservative radio now adamantly since 2002, and a lot of our people haven't, and I know that for a fact. So we don't even know what these people be saying, and yet we say, well, Black people just vote Democrat because, you know, they just emotionally invested. But they don't listen. Y'all not even listening. Y'all haven't been listening to how Republicans been talking about us. For the past 10 to 15 years, Republicans have been saying that they need an openly pro-white candidate. If they get an openly pro-white candidate, that's going to energize their party and their base. And guess who they got? Trump, an openly pro-white candidate. But because we don't listen to them, we don't really know how they feel about us. All we know is we see that the Democrats, which they snakes in the grass too. I would never deny that. But I don't think that our people are just voting for Democrats simply because they're Democrats. I think they're doing it because more often than not, they actually see the Democrats as the lesser of two evils. And so when we act like it's just like no thought behind voting for Democrats, then it's like, do we really even pay attention to the Republican Party? Because if you do, there's no way you're not going to see the racism in the Southern Party, because the Republican Party is mostly the Southern Party. These are the same white folks that was literally hanging us. These are the same people.
Well, my response to all that is this, man. First, we'll start with the Southern Party thing, and also addressing how blacks became Democrats. Blacks became Democrats and stayed Democrats because at first we were utilitarian, meaning we did vote for our best interests. So we voted and supported FDR because FDR helped the whole country come out of Great Depression. That made sense. We got something out of it. We voted for and supported Lyndon B. Johnson because civil rights. That made sense. We got something out of it. But after that point, we continue to support the Democratic Party. And like I said, because somebody just showed me one good thing we got out of that. That's my only critique of it. You understand? If they was pumping out stuff for us, cool. Anything else to me is like emotionalism. Also with the Southern States thing, you got to understand this as well. There's been a shift in the parties. Like, again, I'm not advocating for no party. I'm advocating for policy. There's been a shift in the parties because really blacks, for the most part, were Republican at first. Why? Because the party that was fighting for their rights and fighting for their freedom was Republican. So it was only natural for them to gravitate to that. But after that, in the Reconstruction era, after the Emancipation Proclamation, a lot of blacks were abandoned by the Republican Party and were being mistreated by the Southerners at that time, which were mostly Democrats, right? And they imposed the black codes on them. So when we look at history, that's what shaped our political atmosphere as far as blacks voting for Republican or voting for Democrat. And it's a very alarming with 92% of the vote goes to Democrats and we get nothing from it. That's my only thing, brother, man. We have got nothing, required nothing. There's something called benign neglect. We don't require anything from them. They don't have to give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest critique and takeaway from anybody supporting the Democrat Party is the fact that we don't get nothing. I just had a conversation with this brother Mike, and everything we brought up was negative. And I mean, y'all can hate Trump all you want or say that he's racist. Okay, cool. I agree he's racist. But are we getting something out the deal? Yes. We're getting something out the deal. First Step Act. And we're looking forward to the Second Step Act, which is going to help that prison reform and help a lot of our people that's being incarcerated. And we're looking forward to this platinum plan. We hoping this becomes a bill or an executive order and get passed and help us. Now, do I disagree with the loans? Yes. But if that's what we get, we're going to work with it. I would rather grants. Hey, with that, I'm going to yield the floor. I'm going to give y'all 5 more minutes, and I'm going to have to wrap it up. Go ahead, brothers. Anybody want to?
Are we gonna overlook the fact that Barack Obama was the president who really did something about, and I don't even know, Barack Obama basically put in the law that you can't give black folks 50 years and 20 years for no crack rock no more, because it was like the amount of cocaine that was in the crack, they was giving making the sentences like 5 times more than they would if it was just cocaine, which is usually used by, people that's not black. So that actually helped a lot in terms of black people not getting all of this serious time. So there's a number of things that when we say Democrats have done nothing for us, that's just something that we throw out because it's popular now. And we get it twisted because usually, and I'm not saying that we're doing it in this conversation, but usually when we have a conversation about this, when we say such and such never did nothing for us, that's usually not accurate, because even if it's not, big, great things, there's some things that have been done. So, but I'm even give you that. Let's just say you're right. Democrats ain't done nothing for us, which I disagree with. But the Republicans ain't done nothing for us. Trump ain't done nothing for us, and he ain't talking about doing nothing for us. Because the same things that we outline, we say the little things that Trump that y'all say Trump did, we can say, oh well, the Democrats did this, they did that. So overall, we still in the same position from after having Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. We still in the same situation. Now, if I was going to vote, I'm going to say this. If I was going to vote, which I'm in Texas, so my vote probably don't even really matter because of the electoral college. So this is a red state, so it don't matter. This is going to be a red state, so my vote probably don't even matter for presidency. So I'm mostly voting for local. But if I was to vote for a president, it would be Joe Biden, because on the most pettiest level, I would rather see white folks hurt than see my people hurt, because I take into account the fact that even if we just going off feelings and emotions, black people are suffering on every level, including emotionally. And so when we got these white folks up here dancing and really just flexing on us, man, we got our guy in the White House, you know, forget you niggas, we shining on y'all and da-da-da-da-da. I want to see white folks cry that day. I want to see real crocodile tears. I would rather see real crocodile tears like they did when Barack Obama got elected. I went to the first Tea Party here in Texas, in Houston, Texas. I was at the first Tea Party and watching them cry, and they was ready to fight and everything, but they knew not to do that. But you know what I'm saying? I want to see white folks cry. I'd rather see them stressed out than to continue to see us. Even if it's a fake victory, I'd rather see black folks be like, yeah, we got rid of that motherfucker. And I want to see white folks feel like their world is over, like they lost their country. That's what I want to see.
All right. A lot of the policies that the Trump administration put in play were policies that the Obama Biden administration put in play. They just gave it a different name and added maybe $10-20 million more for the HBCUs, but it's basically the same thing that they promised, because when you help communities, it's good for the economy. But what we don't know is how it affected each community in each town, in each state. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm reading articles that saying that the opportunity zones did not affect blacks as much as it affect the companies that took the money and make business and created jobs or built homes. You know, we need a plan that goes directly to black entrepreneurs and businesses that has real effect. So my whole thing is that by the way, I agree everything with what that brother said. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing when we look at white supremacists telling us to our faces that Black Lives Matter is racist, and you know, saying that, you know, if you kneel down to the flag, you know, you against America, calling our sisters stupid. I mean, this man was disrespecting our sisters in politics, politicians. He was calling them stupid and they have low IQ. I mean, we can't have a leader. Listen, we will not let Trump run any of our businesses. If we own Apple, if we own Microsoft, or any black business that we own, we would not put a person like Trump ahead of those businesses. Just the way he behaves and the way he talks. Because, you know, you could be qualified to lead a company, but if you don't talk right and you are a narcissist, you will not be hired. So I have that same attitude when it comes to the presidency, because at the end of the day, we all understand that policy is just not made by the president. The Congress, they put in their bill, the senators, they put in their bill, and the president could either sign it or veto it. He may have certain agendas that he wants to put in play, but without the other houses involved, it ain't gonna go nowhere. And this man, Trump, has divided America. He has put black folks against white folks more than ever. And the last thing we need is an extremist group that has increased in crimes. They said, the FBI said that white terrorist groups in America has done more criminal acts than any other extremist groups in America, and it has increased. So we can't deny that. So at the end of the day, I'm voting for Biden, and I want everybody to vote for Biden just for one reason only. If we could show the disparity between the popular vote versus the electoral vote, then maybe one day we could overturn the electoral college vote, because I believe that we should vote by popular vote. And I want people to really understand that the electoral college got to be done away with. It got to be by popular vote. And then once we could do it by popular vote, then we're going to see how people's going to move towards the middle. But as long as the Republicans could win by the college electoral, they could push all that left-wing policies that help mostly white people and white wealth. They could push that agenda, and then we could fight over policies that don't really right with us. But if we could bring people to the middle, to the popular vote, then we're going to see certain things like maybe abortion not being done after 4 months or after 24 weeks and other alternatives to abortions. But right now, it's not a perfect situation, but I got to go with Biden.
So basically, y'all voting for the rise of normalizing homosexuality, SRS surgeries, increased taxes, the obliteration of the middle class. All right.
So wait,
did that happen on
transgender people ain't getting surgeries today? You don't see homosexuality all over TV today? You haven't been seeing all of that since Trump been in office?
That's the point. Hold on. Here's the point. Now, on the Biden's administration, they're trying to make it where taxpayers are going to have to pay for their surgery.
Over $500K. People that's making over $500K.
No, that's not what it says. It's the Obamacare, bruh. It's a part of the Obamacare. It's going to be called a necessary procedure, like it's a goddamn kidney transplant or something.
Listen, I don't want to pay taxes for armies and people going to war, but I pay for taxes too. The army, the military takes more money out of our tax dollars than anything. So why am I going to worry about a couple of people doing
something? Of course. All right. Yeah, that's what y'all got. The Biden administration, the Rainbow Coalition. That's what y'all gonna vote for. All right, man.
So listen, brothers, listen. Right now, our taxpayer dollars pay for police brutality. We pay them to kill us.
Thank you.
We pay us to oppress us in every way economically. Trump ain't paying but $795 a year in taxes. So we basically funding his golf trips. And the fact that you seeing gay people on TV, they've been doing their thing since Trump been in office, since before Trump. That ain't changing.
Thank you.
Why should the taxpayers pay for their surgery? That's bullshit.
Why should we pay for Trump taking trips to his golf courses?
Got you. SRS is a bunch of people that want to change their agenda, and we got to pay for it now.
Just like we got to pay for Trump and his trips.
Yeah, but that's going to be very small compared to these people getting these surgeries.
We don't know that, bro.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
We don't know that.
Hold on, brother. Christos, you got any closing remarks?
Not really.
Good night, bro.
Did you know that on the border right now, those children are being molested and raped overseas when they were doing them operations in the Middle East? Somebody mic still on because I got an echo. When they were doing all of those procedures and stuff in the Middle East, it was customary and basically regular thing that they were raping little children, mostly boys, actually. So you mean to tell me our tax dollars is paying for all of that, and you good with it, but you draw the line when somebody replaced they cop with a clip. As long as they don't do that, you know what I mean? You good with all those kids on the border getting raped and molested. You know, you good with our tax dollars paying for that.
I never said that, but what I will say is an administration is going out there and wants to pass a bill to make us pay for it. It's a whole nother dynamic, man. Hey, but hold on. With that, I'm going to end the show. I got to go to bed, fellas. I appreciate y'all coming on the show. Anytime y'all welcome to come express your opinions and your views, we can get it in. Just let your boy know. With that, I'm going to close out. Shalom. Peace to the family. Subscribe to the channel, Genesis 49ers, Yah World 777. Follow us on MYMG on Facebook. We the source. Source up and shut up. It's the logo, man. Subscribe, follow the movement. Peace.
Peace.